Hey, let's fire it up.
Yeah. I'm just gonna write down my first thoughts. See where this takes me. Cause I feel like I wanna punch the world in the fucking face right now. Yeah. Let me explain just how to make greatness straight out the gate. I'm about to break you down. Ain't no mistakes allowed, but make no mistake, I'm about to rape the alphabet. I make race aroused if I press the issue just to get the anchor out. Full magazine can text staples out. Sad bitch, it ain't thinking about a bank account, but bitch, I'm off the chain like Taylor Brown. Motherfucker, shut the fuck up when I'm talking low. Bitch, I'm sorry, wait, what's your talent? Oh, critiquing my talent. Oh, bitch, I don't know who the fuck y'all are to give us a subpar bar, even have an opinion of you. You mention me, millions of views, attention and news. I mention you, lose for me, win for you. Billions of views, your 10 cents or two. Skim through the music, get shit reduced, to get clicks, but bitch, you just lick the fuse. Or get misconstrued, business is used, shit list renewed. So get shit to do, or get this, cause I just don't get what the fuck half the shit is that you're listening to. Do you have any idea how much I hate this choppy flow? Everyone copies, so probably know with this fucking audio. I'm an audio. So I can see why people like Little Yachty, but not me though. Not even dissing, it just ain't for me. All I am simply is just an MC. Maybe stand just isn't your cup of tea. Maybe a cup full of syrup and lean. Maybe I need to stir up shit, preferably shake the world up if it were up to me. Paul wants me to chill, y'all want me to ill. I should eat a pill, probably I will. Hold me, kill and knew me, watch him bleed to death. I breathe on a mirror, I don't see my breath. Possibly I'm dead, I must be possessed, like an evil spell. I'm EVIL. Democrats white strip in the tip of my dick with an ice pick, sticking in a vice grip, hanging on a spike fence, bang it with a pipe wrench. While I take my balls, I can flick it like a light switch. Vice President Mike Pence, back up on my shit in a sidekick as I lay it on a spike strip. These are things that I'd rather do than you on a mic since 9/10. Yep, mine is about ice and Jesus Christ, man, how many times is someone gonna fuck a mic, bitch? Fuck my sidekick. You won't ever see MIC, but as cold as I get on the MIC, I polarize shit so the temps might freeze and your soul might split like a pass to upside it. Bitch, I got the club on smash like a nightstick. Yeah. Turn down for what? I ain't loud enough. Nah, turn the volume up, cause I don't know how I'm gonna get your mouth shut now when it doesn't matter what caliber I spit at. I'll bet up 100,000 bucks, you'll turn around and just be like, man, how the fuck Sourpuss gonna get mad just cause his album sucks and now he wants to take it out on us. But last week, an ex-fan told me a copy of the map is LP to tell me to study. It'll help me get back to my stuff, so love me. I nailed the bitch back, I said if I did that, I'd just be like everyone else in the fucking industry, especially in that being recovery, call on me. So, finger bang, chicken wing, get your cake, you can say, low pump, low sand, imitate Little Wayne, not to name it, everybody in the game, pick a name. I'm fed up with being humble, and rumor is I'm hungry, I'm sure you heard rumblings, I heard you wanna rumble, like an empty stomach, I heard you mumbling, but it's jumbled and mumble jumble, the error that I'm from, I'm you, that's what it's coming to, what the fuck you gonna do, you run into it, I'm gonna come with you, and I'll take a number 2 and double you if you ain't corner, if you ain't Kendrick or Cole, Sean, and you're a corner, I'm about to bring it to anyone in this bitch you want it, I guess when you walk into BK, you expect a popper, you can order a quarter pounder when you go to McDonald's, but if you're looking to get a porterhouse, you better go get revival, but y'all acting like I try to search you up a slider, maybe the vocal should've been auto-tuned and you would've bought it, but saying I no longer got it cause you missed the line and never caught it, cause it's been over your head because you're too stupid to get it, cause you're mentally retarded, but pretend to be the smartest with your expertise and knowledge, but you'll never be an artist, and I'm harder on myself than you could ever be, regardless, but I'll never be as flawless, all I ever be is honest, even when I'm gonna say I brought it, even when I hit my 40s like a fucking alcoholic with a bottle full of more liquor, but I couldn't bottle this shit any longer, the fact that I know that I'm hit my bottom, if I don't pull myself from the jaws of defeat, and rise to my feet, I don't see why y'all even started with me, I get in peace, my enemies die, I don't see fire to the deep, all of the seats, I'm east side, never beat, car sipping, now you see why, I don't sleep, not even a wink, I don't blink, I don't doze off, I don't even nod to the beats, I don't even close my fucking eyes when I sneak. Oh man, the BET cypher was speed, it was
Hey, what's up, weirdos? Smart Splude. This is episode 106 of the Spludecast. My guest this week, Dan Theriault, local comic man. Is it Dan Gurr? Is it just Dan? You'll have to listen to the entire podcast to find out the story behind this fucking Gurr in the middle of this guy's name. Anyway, Dan's my guest this week. Didn't really know Dan very much. Talked to him a little bit. Always enjoyed seeing him out at the shows. Enjoy his comedy. It was good to have him over and shoot the shit and get to know Dan a little bit better. He held back quite a bit. I'm not gonna lie. You know, I tried to get everything I could out of Dan, but he was holding a little bit back, and he made a good point why. You know, he's involved in this roast battle competition. He's deep in the brackets now, and he doesn't want to give his next opponent, and I'll let him reveal who his next opponent is in the body of the podcast, but he didn't want to give his next opponent any extra fire, any extra material to go by from the Spludecast, because let's face it, I mean, I am the source material around here for the roast battles. I've been judging these roast battles, and I hear things that people say that they're burning other people with, that they heard that person say on this fucking show. You're welcome, guys, for the material. There you go. What a fucking fire track from Slim Shady. Slim Shady drops a surprise album, Kamikaze. Man, that fucking track, The Ringer, is something else. There's a lot of good tunes, man. This album is not, top to bottom, the best shit he's ever done. But man, the tracks on there that are good are real fucking good. And I ride or die with fucking Shady, man. I'm loyal to Slim Shady. Always fucking have been. You know, there's people out there. Machine Gun Kelly came out with a pretty good disc beat track against Shady. Make no mistake, Shady would be answering back. I think what a lot of people are missing about this whole the diss album and the fucking the answers and you know the answers to the answered disses and all this fucking shit. Guys, I mean, these artists are in it to make money, you know? It's very possible they are in collusion, and we're all fucking falling for it. But I'll tell you this, I am marking out for it, man. I'm marking out for this new album from Slim Shady. Slim Shady is back, and fucking so am I. Let's get right into it. Let's get right into it with what's been going on with me lately. Well, I'm back, man. That's, what's been going on with me lately is a little bit of fucking comedy. And, oh, shit. Okay, hold on. I just got all right, hang on a second. Hey, I'm back. Sorry, I just got a message about some comedy bookings, actually. So, kind of good, kind of good timing. I'll get to that later on. Anyway, yeah, man, I'm back. I'm back in comedy. I'm sure a lot of people listen to this podcast for the stand-up comedy aspect of it. And I haven't had too much to share other than, you know, shows I've been actually just going out and watching. I haven't had too much to share as far as me doing comedy. I've been off for 5 fucking months. You know, and this past Friday, I was closing out the show at O'Leary's, No Jokes Barred. And, yeah, man, I was back. Last week I talked about writing this bit. I wrote it just a few days before I got up and performed it. As I suspected, and as I mentioned last week, while I was memorizing it during the week, I made a few edits, took some stuff out, put some stuff in, and by the time I got it to the stage, man, I was very happy with the material. Not 100%. This is the first run, and I had to fill 30 minutes, so there was a bit of filler in there. I'm going to shave it down for some upcoming shows. But the worst part about this performance was that I forgot probably around 6 minutes of material. It went well. I don't want to say it went well because it didn't go fucking great, man. It didn't go the way I wanted to. Here's the thing with me, man. Every time I step on stage, I intend on crushing. That's why I'm there. I don't want to go and try this or try that. Man, I'm going out there to fucking crush, whether it's the first time I've done this material or the 10th. It makes no fucking difference to me, man. I hold myself to a high standard, and if I'm holding myself to that standard on this show, I fucking bomb. Now, listen, I did not bomb, all right? I did all right. I've watched the video 3 or 4 times. Cringeworthy, man. I hate, it's never good watching video of yourself. It's especially doing stand-up, man. It's fucking tough to get through. But here's the worst of it, man. Here's what I'm going to say. Now, first of all, I expected a bigger fucking turnout. I'm a little disappointed that not more of my friends came out to see this, my return to stand-up comedy. Not it's a fucking big deal or anything, you know what I mean? But I was expecting a little more fucking support for my show. But, this is the thing, man. O'Leary's never has a good fucking crowd. I'm not sure why it's still going on because I think the crowds have spoken and they're just not interested in paying $7 for comedy at O'Leary's. I think that's been pretty fucking clear. So, right away I was a little disappointed in the fucking turnout. But whatever, I got to see my friends and we were hanging out and, wifey was with me and all this stuff. So anyway, the show is going good. RF's fucking killing it as the host. Drake struggled quite a bit. I liked, quite a bit of what he was doing actually, but he didn't really, he didn't exactly have the crowd in the palm of his hand or anything. And John Ford went up. Now here's the thing. John Ford probably did as much or more time than I did, and whatever, man. I don't give a shit about that. But here was the interesting thing. Near the end of his set, with about 3 or 4 minutes left, this fucking music started pumping from downstairs at O'Leary's. And I mean, it's fucking super loud, man. There's no doors, right? There's no doors. Whatever they're fucking doing down there, we can all hear it in the upstairs room. And this music is fucking pumping for the end of his set. Whatever. Seemed to go away once RF got up and he did a couple minutes of hosting in between John and I. And seemed like the music problem was dealt with. So I was thinking, yes, this is awesome. Now, something else I want to say about this set, man. I don't know what the fuck, how I woke up Friday morning and I felt like shit. I almost didn't go to fucking work. If I hadn't have been so goddamn busy, I probably wouldn't have gone into work. I had no choice. I had to get in there. I was planning on leaving early anyway. to memorize the material, get myself, prepare for the fucking show. Turns out I didn't get to leave there till 4:45 anyway. Big whoop, I left fucking 15 minutes early. But anyway, I was sick as a fucking dog, man. And that carried on in through fucking Saturday. I spent the entire fucking day in bed on Saturday. I was so fucking sick. I started to snap out of it a bit on Sunday. Anyway, for this fucking set, man, I was sick. But I was still excited. I'm not going to, blame any reaction on my illness or anything like that. It was weird, man. It was weird being on stage again. It didn't feel as comfortable as I thought it would, man. I'm usually very comfortable on stage. I didn't really feel comfortable. I didn't feel well. And here's the worst thing that fucking happened. It seems like almost the second I took the fucking mic, this music starts up again. And man, it's fucking loud. And it's obviously distracting the few people that are fucking there. And now the difficult thing for me with this set that I wrote, it's pretty, it's a bit of a storyteller set. Now, this is not a story like, hey, I'm going to tell you a story, and if there happens to be a joke here or there, this is storytelling punched the fuck up. But I was just telling some, just some true stories up there. And I did that specifically for the venue. That's what I was writing anyway. That's what was coming to my head. But it fit perfectly for this venue because it is a very intimate venue. It's always a small crowd, very intimate. And I knew, for at least the first run of this bit that I wrote, I would need people to come along with me. I needed them to fucking pay attention, And then the music fucking starts up. And geez, how the fuck am I going to compete with music that's just as loud, if not louder, than my amplified voice doing my fucking comedy set where I need people's fucking attention? It's, Jesus, I can handle the paramedics. All right? I can handle a lot of fucking bullshit up there, but this fucking music, and I don't know what the hell, here's what I don't understand. I do not understand why John, the promoter of the fucking show, would not get off his ass, go down there and tell them, hey man, we're doing fucking spoken word shit up here, and you got fucking music cranked down here. Can you wait 15 fucking minutes before you crank this show? Man, it seemed, I don't know, man. I don't think I'll go back to that fucking venue. I was not fucking happy about it. I left there pissed off about that fucking music deal. Come on, man. You got to look after your performers, or they're probably not going to fucking come back and perform there. I was disappointed in the result. The nice thing about this set is I knew where I was going to get big pops. I knew if I took this set to, say, like a Chuckles or something, professional stage, I knew where the big pops were going to be. And those pops got pops at O'Leary's. Obviously not as big as I was hoping for, or I would expect at a place like Chuckles. But everywhere I wanted a pop or a giggle or whatever, I pretty much got what I wanted. There was a few things, especially my opener, there was a few things that fell completely flat. And that happens, For me, it was good because it showed me that I still have a lot of fucking work to do. I'm a bit of a fucking arrogant asshole in comedy. Comedy has always fucking come easy for me. Never, I've gone through a little bit of writer's block here and there, but it's not a difficult thing for me to fucking, come up with a new 20 minutes. I could probably fucking do it 3 times a month, if I had to. And I didn't even give the 5 months off any consideration because I've taken, long breaks before. I just, what happened, man? I underestimated what it would be like to come back after 5 months and present that much fucking new material at one time. And, to me, I took an L. It was a bit of a fucking loss. I didn't get the reaction I wanted to. I was up against it. Hard to compete with a fucking soundtrack that doesn't quite match the fucking stories you're telling, and this ain't a movie after all. So, I was up against it, but no excuses, man. I'm not going to make any fucking excuses. The material didn't get what I wanted it to get, and I got to work harder at it, man. I got to shave that shit down. I got to punch it up even more. But I'm happy with the result. It's, like, I'm not above fucking bombing, and I know that. But I expect to do well each and every time I get out there because almost every time I can count my bombs on, at least all of my fingers. I've had certainly not more than 10 bombs in my entire career. And I've done hundreds of fucking shows. I've never bombed on a fucking paid gig, luckily. But, you know, I'm not impervious to fucking bombing, but it doesn't happen to me very much. So I'm actually glad that this happened. It kind of gave me a kick in the arse going, yeah, you think you're so fucking hot, dude, but you can't just be away for 5 months, write a new bit, take it, and fucking crush every single time. It's not always going to fucking work out, you know? And it was a good lesson for me to learn. I'm taking a lot away from that performance. It's going to make me, 100 times better as a comic. I'm glad I got back. And it's full fucking steam ahead. You know, this weekend I've got Hell's Basement. I'm doing with Shane Ogden, John Scove Nielsen, and of course, my lovely brown friend Arif Hussein. We're going to have a damn good fucking time up there at Hell's Basement. I can't wait for that show. I'm not sure. I haven't revisited this material. I'm going to be using, some form of whatever I did last Friday. I just got to figure out what that's going to look like in a 12 to 15 minute set. I think it's a better place for that material anyway. So I've got that. I'm actually at middling at Chuckles at the end of the month. I think it's the 28th and 29th. I'm assuming I have a lot more than that because I just got a message from a promoter that wants to book me on a few shows. So that's good news. Anyway, also, I'm coming back to Charlotte County, baby. Yeah, it's been fucking long enough, right? It's been over 2 years. I'm coming back to Charlotte County and this is a great date for me to come back there. I'm coming back there on October 19th. Godsill's putting on another show at the People's Pub. Same characters as last time. And I'm going to talk about one of those characters in just a second here. I'm fucking pumped, man. I can't wait to get back to Charlotte County. It's 2 days after cannabis gets legalized in this fucking country. We are going to have a damn good time in Charlotte County on October 19th. If you're in Charlotte County, you want to check it out, go down to the People's Pub, get your tickets. I think they're available in some other venues or restaurants around St. Stephen. Anyway, go see Eric at People's Pub, and he'll fucking hook you right up with the tickets. So anyway, yeah, I'm back, man. Slim Shady's back. Mark Splude's back. Probably with the same results, right? Some of it's good, some of it wasn't good. Whatever, I mean, all you can do is get up there and fucking try it out, right? That's all. But like I said, man, I got this part somewhere in the middle of this fucking story where I pretend to be another animal. I did a chicken last July. I wrote a bit where I fucking, I come out and I act like a chicken. It's on YouTube. Go fucking check it out. Mark Splude at Yuk Yuks. Yeah, and this one has an animal in it too. We're gonna keep it kayfabe until we, get this fucking bit completely figured out. But anyway, it got a fucking huge pop, and that's what I kind of knew it was. I mean, let's face it, if I'm acting like an animal up there, it's a little bit of hack. You got to be careful not to fucking overdo it, and you also have to surround it with strong, smart fucking jokes. You can't just rely on the hack of the physical comedy. But I think my physical comedy could have been a lot stronger that night. Like I said, off stage for 5 months, you lose those little physical things, and that I should have considered it, because the physical things that made me a very strong comic all through 2017 and the early part of this year, those were all kind of new things. I'm really starting to expand the physical aspect, the stage presence, all that fucking shit. The eye contact, the fucking hand movements, just everything, all of the fucking physical comedy. And I was just starting to get to a point where I was, really getting good at that kind of thing. And then I took 5 months off. And really, that's the kind of thing that you can only really get good at if you're practicing it on stage in the moment at the fucking time. Speaking of that, the cool thing about that set that I did the other night, I actually added 3 tags in the fucking moment. So that was really cool. It's always nice when you can do that. Anyway, I'm ultimately happy with it. I'm not happy with, some of the aspects of the show, whatever. I'm back, and I'm going to fucking plow forward. We'll see how the rest of this year goes. I'm not going to fill my fucking calendar right up, man. Listen, we're getting into hunting season. It's coming up. I've got my holidays booked already for November. Of course, I'll be taking the first day of the hunt off, October 22nd, taking my boy out to the blind, see if we can kill something on day 1. And yeah, man, it's, the temperature's changing here. It's probably why I sound a little happier. It's not quite as hot and humid as it's fucking been. It's cold at night, cold in the morning. It's great. Now, you really feel the fucking fall is coming in. But I'm not going to fill up my calendar for that very reason. I want to be available to hunt. I'm not going to, do a lot of comedy during the fucking deer hunt. I'm just not going to do it, man. I'm much more interested in deer hunting than I am in comedy at this point in my life. That's just the sad fucking reality, man. It's, you talk about something that happens for 3.5 weeks out of the year that I look forward to all fucking year long. Can you imagine if your favorite thing in the world you could only do for 3 weeks out of the fucking year? You'd get pretty excited about it too. So, yeah, if this promoter is looking to fucking book me early November, he's beat. I got to give this guy a fucking call here pretty soon anyway. Anyway, obviously, roast battle has been going on at McGill's. Laughter Dark being put on by Brian Godsoe and John Scove Nielsen. And this has been a fucking dynamite roast battle competition so far. Sunday night. I ended up judging it again. Arif Hussein was supposed to be one of the judges, and he couldn't make it to the show, so they asked me if I'd do it. I said, fuck, yeah, I want to be the judge all throughout, man. Here's one thing I did think was a little weird. There's a comic, Shand, who was supposed to roast with Joe Butler. Joe Butler canceled last minute, couldn't make it to the show, whatever happened. And so now Shand was also a judge in the first round, and she judged this round as well. And I got to be honest, it's a little bit of a conflict of fucking interest to have someone involved in the roast judging the fucking roast. Now, that is just my opinion. Anyway, it was a good show, man. Dan Theriault was on the show. Who else was on this fucking show? Of course, my buddy Matt Connell fucking killed it with a brand new set, man. Matt did fucking great. There was a new guy, David. Man, I wish I knew his last name. I think he's got 4 fucking names. His first one's David. Just a scrawny, weird guy. He's just fucking full of great jokes, man. He's just a weird-looking dude with a really strange voice and killer fucking material. All right, maybe not killer, man, but I dug the shit out of what he was doing, man. I like his personality. Gives me hope for the future of this fucking comedy scene, seeing people like that. What else gives me fucking hope, man? Here was something fucking cool. While my buddy Matt was up on stage, the bartender there, Liam, he came over to John Scove Nielsen and asked for a fucking spot. He wanted to do a couple minutes. Never done it before. They put him up right after Matt, and he fucking killed it, man. Now listen, he didn't have a lot of strong material or anything, but for someone who just hopped from behind the bar, threw on a fucking ball cap, and tried out comedy for the first time, he did fucking great, man. I went over to him afterwards and said, man, I think you ought to maybe stick with it, try it a couple more times, because he had something there, man. That was really fucking cool. And of course, Dr. Steve Fudge closed out the show. I really enjoyed his material, particularly the end was very fucking strong. And then we got right into the roast battles. Now, here's the thing. The main event for this week actually went first. So remember, one of the roasts fell off, so there weren't going to be 4. There were only going to be 3. So it was Adam Landry was roasting Troy Haynes. First of all, great to see fucking Troy Haynes at the show. Was able to sit down and talk to him for about 10 minutes. Always enjoy Troy's company. Don't get to see him nearly enough. And would love to have Troy on this fucking show if he ever gets his ass out this way. Anyway, Troy Haynes versus Adam Landry, which I thought was kind of a strange matchup, but I was very much looking forward to it. So that was one of the roasts. The other pairing was... fuck. Think I could remember. I judged the fucking thing. You'd think I'd know. Oh, shit, yeah, right. It was Austin Hill. Guy fucking Smiley. Austin Hill versus John Scove Nielsen. And, I think in everyone's opinion, the main event here was, my very good friend, Travis Boyce, versus my other very good friend, Dan McCarthy. Heavyweight fucking tilt right there. 2 of the best roasters in this fucking city, in my opinion. Am I going to have to fucking say that after everything I say about local comics? In my opinion, you're an idiot. Anyway, this battle ended up going first. I assume it's because Dan was not allowed out of the house for more than an hour and a half. So these guys went first. Man, listen, before we get to this, because this really was the main event, and I'll sell it that way. Okay, Adam Landry versus Troy Haynes. Very entertaining roast on both sides. Adam got up to his character. Troy had some good jokes. One in particular that I gave him the victory on there. Troy defeated Adam and moves on to the semis. But I enjoyed the hell out of Adam Landry's set. And then Austin Hill was defeated narrowly, I would say narrowly, by John Scove Nielsen. I like what both of those guys did. And John Scove Nielsen moves on to the next round. Now, I don't know how Austin Hill... it's so surreal to see a guy with such a shit-eating grin on his face while he's fucking roasting people, and even while he was being roasted. Just a giant... man, how do you not love Austin Hill? That big fucking smile. He always brings good material to the stage no matter what he's doing. Man, I enjoyed the hell out of that battle, too. But the main event, Jesus fucking Christ. Travis Boyce, his intro comes first. And you talk about an intro. This is, man, a lot of people miss this, okay? A lot of fucking people miss out on this. Your intro is your opportunity to win the fucking roast battle. And I'm not talking about characters dressed up and all this fucking shit. I'm talking about what you say. When I was involved in the roast battle last year, the very first thing I did when I came on stage, I didn't even fucking look at Arif Hussein. I didn't even look at him. I looked over at the three judges and I ripped them all to fucking shreds. I roasted the judges first, right? Then I went on with the fucking roast. You have an opportunity to grab that microphone when you first get up there. Use that fucking opportunity. Man, Travis Boyce used that opportunity. Now, listen, I'm calling him Travis Boyce. The fellow who showed up on stage that night, his name was TJ Boyce. Travis was in fucking character. He had the suit coat on. He had the sunglasses, the dark sunglasses, head shaved. He grabbed the microphone and he fucking ripped Dan apart before he was even introduced. I mean, Travis, holy fuck. The best joke he did was halfway through that intro. And the jokes remained strong throughout the fucking roast. Listen, man, Dan McCarthy was outmatched here. And I mean big time. This was a fucking slaughter, an absolute slaughter. Now, Dan had been building a championship belt. Dan defeated me in the finals last year of Roast Battle. And coming into this year, he wanted to make a belt for his championship. And he did. And he walks out with the belt and he's holding up over his head. And he's looking a little overconfident, you know. But, hey, listen, to do comedy, you got to have, a tremendous amount of fucking confidence to do it, particularly when you're doing a roast battle. So, no bad on him. That's exactly how he should have been acting. But, TJ Boyce wasn't fucking playing that shit, man. He couldn't wait. Dan won the coin flip and let Travis go first. And I honestly think that was a mistake because Travis already had the momentum of that intro. Dan should have fucking stopped that momentum right away. It's easy to say so in hindsight, right? Pretty much anybody who gets the coin flip tells the other guy to go first. Usually. That's about 90% of the time. At any rate, he gave it to Travis to go first, and Travis, more of the same from the fucking intro, just went after Dan. Dan had a couple decent rebuttals, and he had a couple decent roasts, but, man, not heavyweight roasts, I was surprised, actually, at the level of the roast jokes from Dan. But, in fairness, man, Dan has roasted Travis at least twice publicly, and I know what that's like, It was that way for me and Arif. It was that way for me and Dan as well. And Dan's no stranger to that, and it's a small fucking scene, and we've had a lot of roasting go on here in the last couple years. So, but I mean, Travis was in the same disadvantage, right? They roasted each other 2 times before. But anyway, man, I cannot say enough about this performance from Travis. It was the best thing I've seen him do in comedy. It was such a higher level than anybody else who has really ever fucking roasted in this area. Travis walked away with that championship belt. Now he's got to defend it through the rest of the rounds. I'm going to say this, man, even if he is defeated in a matchup for the rest of this competition, in my eyes, he remains the fucking champion. He deserves that belt because that is the best roast that has happened in this area. And I don't even think it's fucking close, man. Travis killed it. And it warmed my heart because everyone knows I fucking love that kid. Man, I am still fucking hyped about it. I can't imagine how Travis is feeling about it, you know. And, hats off to Dan. He went out there and tried to compete. It just, it wasn't his night, and Travis was just on fucking fire, man. Nobody would have beat Travis that night. Not one single fucking comic on this scene would have beat Travis that night. Maybe nobody in the world, man. He was just on goddamn fucking fire, and he had a table full of people there with him, and I couldn't have been happier. Can't say enough about it. It was just about the greatest thing I fucking saw all weekend. And I watched the entire season of Final Space while I was sick on Saturday. I dig that show, man. I tried it before, didn't like it. I'm fucking digging on it now. I don't mind it. So that's it. That's it for the fucking comedy report anyway. I mean, there's been, I've had a lot of things fucking going on in my life. You know what the fucking weirdest thing that's been going on in my life in the last 2 to 3 weeks? I have been finding a lot, and I'm talking 4, at least. I've been finding a lot of dead cats. And, man, a dead cat is a creepy fucking looking thing. I don't know what, like, I never see fucking dead cats. It's so rare you see dead cats, and it just seems like in the last few weeks I've seen so fucking many. I went out to take some garbage out Sunday morning, finally feeling better, got up and did a little fucking housework, you know. I was walking a bag of garbage out to my garage, and I fucking, right there on my lawn, just sitting right beside my canoe, is a fucking dead cat. The fucking arse end of him ripped all apart. Something had been at him. This giant dead orange fucking cat. Man, it breaks my heart. Listen, guys, I am a fucking cat lover. Maybe you wouldn't know it to look at me. I fucking love cats, man. I love dogs too, but I'm more of a cat person. You know, if I'm going to have a pet, it's certainly going to be a cat over a dog. And I've always loved fucking cats, man, since I was little. I grew up, I had my dog. I had a black lab named Scout. He was my best fucking friend, but I also had a bunch of cats, and I love them. And it's tough for me, man. All these fucking dead cats. I don't know what's going on. I went to quote a job up in Sussex not too long ago, and I was looking underneath this deck, and this fucking dead cat laying upside down with his teeth all bared and his eyes still fucking open and staring at me. Just it's been freaking me out, man. I don't know why all of a sudden I became a fucking magnet for dead cats, but if anybody out there is superstitious and knows that, seeing dead cats fucking means something or whatever, fucking certainly email me at thespludecast@gmail.com. I'd love to hear from you. I could just fucking Google it myself, I guess, but man, I am honestly trying to stay away from the internet as much as fucking possible. If I'm not using my phone for work, typically now I am not using my phone. I'm sick of it. I don't like the internet. I don't like what the world is becoming online. I don't know who I was talking to recently about this. Maybe I was talking to you guys about this just in an intro, but I find the world, it's the internet and the real world are so fucking different. The things that people talk about and all the quote unquote changes that are being made, it's almost exclusively being held to the internet, man. Like none of my daily interactions have fucking changed with any of the movements that are going on, the feminist movement, the transgender movement, any of these fucking movements. My day-to-day life dealing with actual human beings in real fucking life, nothing has changed. No one talks about that kind of shit, man. You ask anybody how many transgenders they know, they're either going to say 0, 1, or a maximum of fucking 2. And it's like one of the biggest fucking issues in the world. I mean, it makes no sense. All right, I got to take this, unfortunately. Yeah, I don't know. What was I talking about? Internet stuff? Who gives a fucking shit? I hate the internet. Fucking stupid. In my opinion. Oh, shit, man. Listen, I got to do another fucking public service announcement. I know I do it every now and again I did it on social media. I did it. I don't know. I got to go on a little fucking rant here. Okay, because I read an article today where Pope Francis of the Catholic Church, he came out and this is what he said. He said, Satan the accuser is alive and is trying to bring down all of our bishops. Now, what he's referring to here is the fucking sex scandal that came out of Pennsylvania with the 300 children who were fucking raped over very small period of fucking time. And so this guy's basically coming out and saying, Jesus, how terrible. Satan the accuser is alive and he's trying to bring down all our bishops. Never mind the fact these bishops are fucking children. Okay? And he's blaming it on Satan the accuser. What do you want to happen? Do you not want these bishops to be fucking accused of what they're goddamn well doing? Should all these kids just shut up and accept their fucking rapes? Like, say, how fucking long is this going to go on for where we're not protecting our goddamn children? It's, this is the start of all the fucking problems in the world. Guys, if we don't protect our children, bad things happen to them and they grow up and they pay it fucking forward. They pay it fucking forward to the next generation of kids or to women or to whoever fucking else. We're creating fucking monsters. I mean, like, honestly, anybody who is still supporting the Catholic Church at this fucking point, I mean, you're essentially condoning the raping of fucking children. All right? That's all it comes down to. And for what? For what? For your fables, for your stories? I don't fucking get it, man. And nobody's speaking up. And I mean, people are more concerned about the fucking where a transgender is going to take a shit than they are about fucking how this kid's going to be shitting blood for 2 weeks because he got raped by a fucking bishop. I mean, where does it end? Hey, Francis. Hey, Pope Francis, can you do me a favor? Huh? Can we stop raping the fucking children? Please. I mean, I'm asking nicely, and it's not like, it's not, I don't think it's a big ask, right? These kids are innocent. They don't want to be fucked by any of your bishops or priests or whatever the fuck you call them, okay? And it's not that big of an ask, You still got a lot of stuff, right? You're still tax-free. I mean, you're above the law, essentially. Just, you can keep all that stuff. We won't say anything. Believe in your fucking stories. Take everybody's money. Just leave the goddamn children alone. And people, please protect your fucking children. It's not just the church either, okay? It's not. I mean, it's fucking everywhere. It's in, youth sports teams. And, I mean, it's fucking everywhere. People, please, if you have children, protect them, okay? That's what I've always done for my son. My biggest concern when he was, a young child was that he was going to be molested. And I tried my fucking hardest to protect him. There was no sleepovers when he was in fucking scouts. There's no way I'd let him, near a fucking church or anybody, associated with a fucking church. I protected him. We all need to do that, man. Don't just go, I want to go out to the club tonight, so I'm going to leave my kids with who the fuck ever. Man, you got to protect your children because there are more predators out there than you realize. Okay? And it's the cause of a lot of problems in this society, particularly sexual crimes. It all stems from children being fucking raped. It needs to stop. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck where the transgender takes a shit. Come over to my house and take a shit if we can work together and stop this problem where everyone's raping fucking kids. I mean, it's ridiculous. And now, with the pedophiles are all coming out of the fucking woodwork now, and they want to be included with the LBGTQ fucking E, whatever. They think they belong in that fucking category. And here's the real fucking problem, okay? Here is the real problem with that. Their mission statement is that we were born this way. We can't help it. We're attracted to minors. We can't help it. We were born this way. And here's the tough thing. The gays almost have to accept them because that's what they're saying too. We were born this way. And of course, they were, sure enough. And so were the pedophiles. But we're not going to fucking protect them. I will die before that fucking happens. Before there's any debate, we have to accept them. They're maps. They're no maps. I don't give a fuck what they are. They are goddamn predators. If you're attracted to a fucking kid, cut your balls off. Right? That's the only fucking thing. And that's what we should be doing for everybody. Anybody who is 100% proven that they've gone after a child sexually, they need to be fucking castrated in public. End of story. For me, I want to kill them. Right? I say castrate them, leave them like that for a month, and then just beat them to fucking death. But at least can we please publicly bring them out to King Square and lop their fucking dick and balls off and say, this is what happens, and show everybody, right? Anybody in the fucking crowd who's looking going, I kind of like kids, let them have a fucking look at what happens when you get caught doing something like that. We need real fucking repercussions for people who are harming children in this world. It's a fucking joke. It's a joke the way we handle this, man. And this whole fucking church deal gets me fucking hot. I get hot about it. I'm sorry for that hot yell. into the fucking mic. It does. It's crazy. It is the biggest peril in this fucking world, and nobody talks about it. All they want to talk about is how many fucking Twitter followers they have and what's going on with celebrities. And that Donald Trump's at it again. He's said some stuff, and I can't believe a president would do that on Twitter. Gee, you're all a bunch of fucking idiots, man. Let's protect the goddamn children, okay? It's the most important resource that we have. And on that light note... Jesus Christ, I'm really fucking burying Dan Theriault here, Jeez, is that how I'm fucking introducing this guy? Hey, stop raping kids, and by the way, please welcome Dan Theriault. Episode 106 of the Spludecast with Dan Theriault. Driver into you. Okay, Dan, I'm not really sure what to call you. Is it Dan Gur, Danger? What is... Let's fucking clear this up once and for all. Dan, what is your name?
It's Dan. I put the Gur in when I was like 19. I thought it was clever.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So you thought it was clever, like if your middle name's Gur, you're Danger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was like...
Gur is my middle name.
Yeah.
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 All right, okay. So it's not actually part of your name like John Scove Nielsen? Or...
No, not at all.
All right. Listen, I fired this up before we were even fucking ready. Would you like a beer, Dan?
Sure.
I knew I was forgetting something. It just didn't seem right, Dan. There you go, brother.
Thanks, man.
All right. We're not even going to edit that out. That was necessary. All right. Cheers, Dan. Welcome to the Spludecast. It's been a while. How long you been doing comedy now? It's been a little while. Year and a half.
A little over a year, yeah.
A little over a year?
Yeah.
And you did Ken's class, right?
Yeah.
You were part of his last one?
Yeah, the last one he did.
That was fucking lot of hammers came out of that fucking class, man. Chris Hovey, Scove Nielsen, Gur Theriault. Who else?
Shand.
Shand was in it.
Chris Hovey. Chris Hovey was in it. Who else was in that class?
Scove Nielsen, right?
Yeah,
he was
John,
in that.
He was in that. There was Tammy T.
Okay, I never did get to see her. So there were 8 people, right? Because
Yeah,
the show was
people.
like 8 virgins or whatever at the
Yeah.
R Bar. Yeah, it's sad to
Yeah.
miss that fucking show. So, but you and Shand and John and Chris, are you the only 4 from that class that are still doing it on a regular basis?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. There's Andrea Kay, who does it every once in a while.
Yeah. She was at Laughter Dark, not this past Sunday, but the Sunday before.
Yeah, she just said that.
Yeah, that's right. You were there because you roasted. You had your roast battle that night.
Yeah.
Okay, so Tammy, Andrea Kay. Who are the other 2? Hey, they must have been important.
Yeah.
Hey, they must have been
Scott
real important.
Something.
Sure, Scott something. Everybody knows Scott something. He's one of my favorite new guys.
Lisa.
And Elisa. We got a lot of broads in that class.
Yeah,
eh?
4. It was 4 to 4.
No
which was-
shit.
Yeah.
Listen, we can't have that on the comedy scene.
Oh, no.
Right? This has always been our little fucking boys club. I know they're starting to come in, but we can't. Not 50-50, Dan. You know what I mean? I'll accept them, the funny ones, but not 50-50. Let's be real here. Are you a misogynist or are you more of a feminist?
In the middle somewhere.
In the middle somewhere.
This whole fucking feminist thing, I don't know.
It's weird, eh?
Yeah.
The whole world is weird now. You know what the thing is, though, man? What I find is it's really only weird on the internet. Like, I don't find it very weird in person, in dealing with people, just in my normal life.
Yeah.
I really only see any dissent or crazy fucking opinions on the internet. No one's sharing those, like, to your face.
No, because when
Right?
you get that screen in front of you.
Yeah.
Protection.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. People get, what's that word that everybody uses now? Bravery. Yeah. People get that online bravery, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Protected by the computer.
Do you fuck around a lot with the social media? Is it a big part of what you do?
I use Facebook a lot, but
Sure.
like, I don't know, just sharing pictures and memes and stuff.
Sure.
Nothing really
Serious.
shows.
Yeah, you're not sharing your-
probably more than I should.
Yeah.
but-
You're not sharing your innermost thoughts and controversial opinions and stuff like that.
No.
Yeah.
No. I'll share opinions and shit. But
Sure.
nobody cares.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, not Dan and his opinions again. What do you write jokes and test them out on the
Sometimes.
social media? Yeah,
Sometimes,
Yeah,
yeah.
I know.
Like if
I
I do
notice
a
a
little-
lot of people are doing that. I mean, listen, it's a great way to get feedback from them, right?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, most of your Facebook friends are likely comics,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You write a good joke, a little bit of that comic jealousy.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Yeah.
Holy fuck, what a show we were at last night,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, it was a good show.
Yeah. How did you feel about your set last night?
I was all right with it. It was
Yeah.
a lot of newer stuff.
Yeah.
So I didn't really know how it was going to go.
Yeah.
And I smoked a little bit for the first time before my set. I'd never done that before.
That was your first time. Dude, you should have mentioned that.
I
You could have gone somewhere with that,
thought of it and I forgot to.
Yeah.
When I got on stage. That's the fucking
See, that's why you don't smoke dope before you go on stage, Dan.
That's what I'm always afraid of happening when I do it. So
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
fucking-
The only time I was brave enough to do it was when I was doing the list deal. Because
yeah.
I mean, I knew the jokes anyway because I wrote them.
Yeah.
But I had that list anyway, just in case I were to, have a fucking marijuana brain fart and forget everything I was fucking talking about. First of all, I think I spent the first 3 minutes talking about how I had never smoked on stage before and how this was my first time and how I was feeling. It was like my first 3 minutes. But it's weird. How did it feel for you?
It was weird.
Because are you an everyday enjoyer of the cannabis?
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
No,
Yeah.
with the two kids makes it a little tough.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
But
Fucking kids.
every other
ruin
day,
everything. Yeah, every other.
day,
There you
yeah.
go. Yeah.
every couple of days.
Yeah. So why haven't you done because you love comedy, obviously you love cannabis. Why haven't you ever put them together?
I'm afraid. Like I get really paranoid sometimes, like super paranoid. So I don't half the time like leaving the house anymore when I'm stoned.
Right.
Especially since I cut back.
Yeah. Your tolerance goes down, right?
Oh, way down.
Yeah. And any knock on the door or any fucking noise, you're like, what's that? Or people want to talk to me. What's happening?
Yeah.
Dude, I get that. I smoke every day and I still get that. I find it funny because I'll say to people, do you use cannabis? No, I don't touch that. It makes me too paranoid. Yeah, that's exactly what it does. To everybody.
Yeah.
That's why we smoke it. You know what I mean? Because it makes you feel just a little different, a little, little funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was worried about that too, the paranoia, but I'm kind of, I'm a cannabis connoisseur where I know what strains do shit to me. You know, I'm not going to go up on stage with a hybrid or a strong indica or something. I'm going to go with a light sativa, something that's going to keep me energetic,
Yeah.
But I've only done it 3 times and terrifying each time,
Yeah.
Were you, did you do like a full session before you went up there or just a little puff?
No, I just had a little puff.
You
Like put a
fucking
little
coward.
bit in the, yeah,
Jesus
really, right? I put a
Christ.
little bit in the bottom and just
Yeah.
all right. Do this.
And so how do you think it went for you, being your first time doing that?
I went all right.
Yeah, will you do it again, I guess, is my question.
Not immediately, because I forgot a bunch of shit that I wanted to say.
Yeah.
And even with my notes up there, fucking missed 2 of the notes that I wrote down. And
Yeah, if you're forgetting things that you've already written down and the paper's in front of you.
it's
That's yeah. I thought that was interesting because, I'm sure you've listened to this program before and know that I'm not a huge fan of notes on stage. I'll tell you one thing. I mind the notes a fuck of a lot less than the phone. For whatever reason, man, the phone takes me out. Maybe it's just paper. Maybe I'm an old school guy. I don't know what the fuck it is. But when you kept pulling that piece of paper out of your hoodie, it didn't take me out of the performance like it would if you were just reading it off your phone. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. That's why I don't use my phone. Like, I have notes on my phone.
Right.
I have a whole.
Of course, we all do, right? We're comics.
I got like a whole fucking Google document with jokes and shitty jokes and shittier jokes.
Sure. Yeah. Maybe one gem in there, you know what I mean, that you might find 3 years down the road.
Yeah, but no, I wouldn't. I don't know. I like having the paper.
Yeah.
Because paper can't fuck up.
Yeah, that's true too.
Right?
Well, you don't have to keep opening the fucking paper.
Yeah.
You don't have to, put
that
up
extra
use a fucking
5 seconds
password for the paper.
Unlock.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But you must have been. I was watching because I sat down beside you before your set, and you were looking at your phone and writing shit down on paper.
Yeah.
So, what's your process when you go to a show like this? Like, you obviously had some idea of what you were going to do, but do you wait till you get to the show to
Usually
make all
no.
those notes, or was it just like a late edition? Or
Usually no. I didn't do any work before the show. Yesterday.
All right, you were lazy.
So I was really lazy.
All right.
Yeah. Usually I try to have at least like a list of what I'm going to do.
Sure.
If I'm feeling really like it's if we're to do a guest spot at Yuks and really kind of want to, impress the headliner and shit, I'll write out my whole set even beforehand.
Right. Yeah.
And then kind of not exactly memorize it, but have the whole flow of the set going.
Sure.
But last night, like I said, it was just I did nothing.
Yeah.
No work. So I did the whole thing at
the show.
McGill's. Yeah.
I thought that was interesting. I give people shit on here because memorization for me is easy. I hate the process of doing it. It's almost when I'm memorizing stuff, I'll have something written and I'll have it, like, let's say in this room with me, and I'll keep glancing at it. I'll run it through my head a little bit, but I never sit down and read the whole thing and try to commit it to memory. I basically will spend about maybe 45 seconds thinking about it, and then I'll go on my phone and fucking shop around to the MMA news and check my emails and stuff. And then I'll come back to it for a couple minutes, and then I'll float away again. And somehow, I don't know what happens. Somehow I memorize it. It's just, I have a very good memory, I guess is what I'm saying. Which makes no sense considering all the drugs and punches and kicks I've taken. But I do have a good memory. But I give people shit because if I see you show up to a comedy show and you're not prepared and you're reading your phone, it pisses me off because I know how fucking busy I am. I'm a busy fucking dude, man. I work about 10 hours a day. I got 2 kids. I do 2 podcasts. I mean, I got a full fucking life. Hobbies, right? And if I look at somebody like, say, a Sam Laidman, who all he has is just a job in comedy, why are you not fucking memorizing this? How are you not taking the time, right? The only thing is, in this case, Dan, you got a newborn baby in the fucking house. I can't give you any fucking trouble. You're way busier than I am. Way busier, even though you're not working right now.
I don't even.
Congratulations on that, by the way.
Thanks. I don't even know how I got out of the house 2 nights in a row.
Yeah, right.
That's some kind of fucking devil magic.
Yeah, you better share your secret with Dan McCarthy because
he's got another one on the way.
Jesus. Yeah. How about? I enjoyed your set last night, by the way.
Thanks.
I particularly loved the fat girl bit. Man, that really got me. You know what? You know what the best part about that bit is, Dan? The way you started. You just said it. You know what I mean? There's a girl. What did you say? There's a girl
at work getting a little bigger.
Getting a little bigger. Man, that's such a brilliant start to the fucking. That is the fucking joke. I mean, to me, that was the punchline. I fucking loved it, man. And of course, but your punch, right, about HR. I'm not gonna burn your fucking joke, but that's a great joke, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got something there with that one. But the way you started, it fucking cracked me up. I'm sure you heard me.
Yeah, your laugh's kind of hard to miss.
Yeah, it's a little distinctive. Yeah, just a little. Yeah. No, I enjoyed your set, though. But how about that fucking roast battle?
Oh, it was great.
What'd you think? Give me your opinion of Dan and Travis.
Fuck, man. Travis fucking slayed.
I've never seen him. I've never seen him do better. And I don't think I've seen a better roast. Like, I think that was the best roast battle I've seen. I shouldn't say it was the best battle I've seen because it honestly wasn't that much of a battle.
No.
I mean, it was a fucking sweep. But Travis may have really taken the roast battle crown. It might have been the best I've ever seen.
Yeah, he fucking slayed. Mm-hmm. Dan, it almost seemed like he wasn't as ready as...
He seemed a little uninspired, even though he came with his belt and stuff. And I know that fucking feeling, man. I've been down that road myself a whole bunch of times. You know, sometimes you want to be up for it, right? It's a big show. You want to be up for it, but your body just says, we don't give a shit. You know? Yeah, those are terrible moments. Has that happened to you?
Oh, yeah.
Get hyped for a show and then you get there and you're flat?
Yeah. I mean, it's usually the other way. Like, I'll get kind of excited for a show day of. I'll be like, fuck, I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
I don't want to go out tonight. I just want to go home and go to bed.
Yeah.
Get to the show, start talking to comics. Get in the mood, see some sets, and then that puts me right back in.
Yeah.
Like, let's fucking do this.
That's right. It can go that way too.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's great when that happens. Yeah. I've had that a few times where I've had, good opportunities, paid gigs, step up an extra level and just not feel it. It's a fucking terrible feeling. I think every show day is weird because it's filled with such a roller coaster of emotions. You are excited to do it.
Yeah.
The closer it gets to it, the less prepared you feel, and you don't want to do it, and you just want to run away and hide under a fucking safe blankie and never do fucking comedy again until you get out there and grab that mic and go, that's right, this is what I fucking live for, right? Do you have that feeling?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like when I in my set I talk about having anxiety and depression and shit.
Right.
So I get nervous. I get terrified.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. When I get on stage and grab the mic, it's like, all right. My first set, I was so scared going up there. I must have been white as a sheet.
Yeah.
And I grabbed
it must have really benefited you that there were 7 other people there too, all doing their first sets.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Carry on.
But I grabbed the mic. I don't remember most of it.
Right.
But I remember that first laugh. It was like, fuck, this is great.
Yeah, this is crack.
And then the end of my set.
Yeah. How did your first one go? I heard everyone killed that night anyway.
Most.
Yeah.
Most. Like 7 out of 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who is the one? Come on, Dan. Who is the one?
Scott.
Scott.
Yeah. He got tripped up on memorizing exactly the words on his page.
Yeah. Man, you know what? I did that when I first fucking started too, man.
Yeah.
But then you learn it becomes way too robotic. You can't fucking do that
Yeah.
shit. It's nice to be prepared, right? But there's a tipping point too.
Yeah, you gotta be able to, if you miss a line, fuck it.
Yeah. Wing it.
Yeah.
That's another one of my my complaints about notes, especially phones, is if you don't try and fail. Like if you were up there the other night and you forgot what you were gonna say, if you didn't have the notes and you didn't know what you were gonna do, when you have those notes, when you have that fail safe, you're missing out on an opportunity to work yourself out of a bad decision and gain some experience and learn some shit. I know. I can't. I did my. I came back. I returned to comedy Friday night, and the second I stepped on stage and grabbed the microphone, I was so glad to be back. The second I did it, this fucking music, which is louder than my voice being amplified, begins to play and plays throughout the entirety of my 25-minute set.
Fuck.
But at first I was pissed, right? I thought to myself, why would, this is John Ford's show. Why the fuck isn't he getting up and going and shutting this fucking shit down? And I was gonna say something about it on stage, and I thought, you know what? I've worked through fucking worse than this. This is an experience, right? This is great. I've waited 5 months for this fucking moment, and some jackass, down the stairs in the bar is ruining it for me. But I gotta find a way to fucking work through it, I always welcome that shit. I welcome adversity when I'm up there, Comedy's not a fucking easy thing to do, especially around here where there's, very few people that want to fucking see it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Mostly comics.
Mostly fucking comics. Yeah. Like my return show, I was expecting, I don't know how it was promoted or anything like that. I certainly don't do any self-promotion, but I was expecting, 25, 30 people to come out. And there were, I think, 5 non-comic audience members. It was it's a tough fucking crowd there. Yeah.
Promotion wise, I saw it a few times on Facebook, but I mean, like, my Facebook is full of comedians right now. Like,
yeah, posting shows.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, who knows what? It was one of those sponsored ones too. Like, you paid for the ad and stuff.
Right.
So.
Oh, that's good. So he was doing some promotion.
Oh yeah.
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 I mean, John's usually pretty decent anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was man, that was a tough set to work through. And you know what was particularly tough about it is the set that I wrote to come back with, mostly a storyteller set. So I really relied on the attention of the audience. But, you know, they've got a fucking soundtrack going on there.
Yeah.
Right? So it was very difficult for me to connect with them and drag them into my story. I got laughs where I wanted laughs kind of thing, but certainly not what I wanted. Right? But I got that experience, right? Now I know what it's like to be on stage and a fucking soundtrack starts playing for my whole fucking set, right? Now I've been there. I've done that. I know how to handle that now, you know? I always welcome that. And that's what I mean about the notes. You kind of rob yourself of that opportunity a little bit with the notes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I always have notes on with me, whether I have them out or just in my back pocket
Me too.
in case I forget.
Dan, make no mistake. make no mistake. Okay, here's this is my set from Friday. So this is the paper that I use to, to memorize it, right?
Yeah.
And to edit it and add to it and whatever. And this is just a cheat sheet that brings me from, basically my transitions from one to the other.
Yeah.
These kind of cheat sheets, every single time I'm on stage, is always in my back pocket, right? It's like a safety blanket. It's always in my back pocket. But I've never had to pull it out. I actually thought Friday night, because I didn't have very much time, I thought I was going to pull it out. And I had a great thing that I was going to do. I was going to pull it out and I was going to set it on the table of an audience member and just go, you keep an eye on that. If I need you, I'll come back to you. Just I wasn't holding them and I wasn't reading the notes, right? I thought that was going to be kind of genius. Luckily, I didn't need it. But there's always ways around shit, right?
Yeah.
But hey, listen, I think you and I did a show at Yuks once. I think we did an amateur show together. And I noticed after the show that I think your dad was there with you. Was that your dad that was there?
Yeah.
And he was taking a picture of you behind the Yuk Yuks sign. And it looked like a really big deal to you. Tell me about that.
I was just excited to be there. My dad, he teaches in Egypt through the year.
Oh, no shit. What is it, like English?
No, he works at like a Canadian International School of Egypt.
Okay.
So he teaches like the Ontario curriculum to Egyptian kids.
Oh, no shit.
I think he taught French for a little while.
Right. Yeah. Teaching French in Egypt.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Yeah. What a cool fucking gig, though. He must enjoy that.
Yeah, he loves it.
Yeah, but so obviously he's gone away quite a bit.
Yeah, so he was just able to make it out to one of my shows. It was, amateur night at Yuks, first time there kind of thing.
Yeah, that was your first time at Yuks, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I was nervous as shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember I mentioned that on a podcast, and you commented on SoundCloud something that you were nervous as a motherfucker.
Yeah.
But that obviously meant something to you, right? Like, did you grow up always wanting to perform at Yuks? Because like me and a few locals, we tear Yuks down, right? I'm not a fan of the politics of Yuks, but it's a storied history. It's really the biggest history in comedy in this country. So it is a big deal, despite my own personal leanings. I love that fucking club. I love that stage. I just hate the politics. But was it a reverence? What I was seeing was a reverence for Yuks while you were standing there going, hey, I fucking did it, man. I'm at Yuks right now.
I was excited to be on I guess a professional comedy stage kind of thing, even though it was just an amateur night.
Sure. It was still at a club, right?
Yeah, and to be Yuk Yuks of all clubs.
Right.
So I was just excited about that.
Yeah.
No particular, I'm sure had it been any other, pro comedy club or something like that, I would have been just as excited.
Yeah, right.
But,
yeah. No, it seemed like a big moment, so I just wanted to see, when I was coming up, when I remember comedy when I was a kid, it was never Yuks. Yuks was wherever I was living at the time, Yuks was never televised, right? I was getting Evening at the Improv, Night at Caroline's, shit like that. So Yuks was never a big thing to me. I really only, when I lived in Edmonton, I went to West Edmonton Mall. I went to that Yuks a couple times. But there was also the comic strip out there too. and I actually enjoyed that a little more. So I didn't have this big reverence for Yuks until I actually got into comedy in 2013, and the only place to really do comedy at that time was Yuks in Halifax, right?
Yeah.
So it became a big deal. But was it a big deal to you growing up?
Not really. Comedy actually wasn't a huge deal to me growing up.
Let's talk about that.
I was kind of sheltered growing up,
right?
For a while. Like I wasn't allowed watching The Simpsons until like the end of middle school, grade 8.
Oh Jesus,
like,
really?
Fuck, man.
Oh boy,
it was awful.
Yeah, right.
But
my son's been watching Family Guy since he was like 5 years old. But anyways, keep going.
But yeah, so most of the comedy I was looking at was sketch comedy.
Right.
When I got older, like Monty Python,
yes,
Kids in the Hall, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And stand up was always kind of something I knew existed, and always anytime I'd seen it, I liked it.
You just weren't exposed to it a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'd seen Eddie Murphy Raw, which I absolutely loved.
Sure.
And then a couple of years went by. I was in high school, and I saw Dimitri Martin do his like half-hour Comedy Central special.
Yeah, right.
That was.
Yes.
And I absolutely loved it. I was like, this is something I could try sometime.
Yeah.
Never really did anything with it. A couple of years ago, I saw a poster for No Jokes Barred, and just wanted to do. Like I was like, I could do this, and never got the balls to actually go watch a show or contact anybody in that. And then
you didn't even have the balls to come out and watch a show.
No, man.
Right.
Yeah. Like when I say I have anxiety, like I'm not fucking around. I'm
right.
Like, oh my God, there's a test coming up. I'm so anxious.
You have the real anxiety. The real shit. So how old are you, Dan?
30.
You're 30. I find it interesting that one of your early stand-ups that you saw was Dimitri Martin. It's just interesting. That's no one your age group has ever said, this was one of my first things that I saw, actually. But
one of the first, but one of the ones that kind of really got me into comedy. Like I really I fucking loved it.
Did you see his newest special?
I did,
So
Overthinker.
Good, yeah.
Oh, I love it.
So good, man.
Yeah.
I can't decide which is better, that one or Live at the Time. I love them fucking both, man. So good.
Yeah, I watched Live at the Time today, actually.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah.
For the first time or just rewatch it?
Yeah,
oh, yeah. It's a great special.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Which one do you prefer?
Fuck. Overthinker, I think. I like the kind of extra bits he has added in there.
Yeah.
He tried
the narrating and shit like that.
Yeah. I find that fun when they do stuff like that.
The great thing that I thought was cool about it is he was narrating over him talking on stage sometimes. Not always, but there were a couple times where he was, setting up a joke, but he was narrating over it, talking about something completely different. And then he comes back and it's a great fucking joke. Like it was just timed so well,
Yeah.
That was a great special, man. I don't normally like that kind of thing. I'm a real fucking traditionalist. I don't like fucking guys like Bo Burnham and stuff like that. I know he's funny and talented and all that stuff. It's just not my cup of tea as far as comedy goes, But Dimitri Martin, he gets a pass every time because he's a funny motherfucker, man. He can do whatever he wants.
His jokes, they're just so fucking well written,
too good.
too.
They're so good.
Yeah.
Have you read his book?
I haven't.
I'll lend it to you. It's John Ford actually gave it to me, so I'm going to give it to you. It's just drawings.
Nice.
It's just drawings. The whole thing is just fucking drawings, and it's brilliant. It's the best thing you can read while taking a shit. You know what I mean? And it gets you off your phone, Dan. We could all use a little less time on the phone.
Yeah. I don't take my phone to the bathroom.
You don't?
I don't.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I read.
You do?
I do.
What are you reading on the shitter right now?
Right now, it's like...
Uncle John's bathroom reader?
No, it's Game of...
Those are great, though.
They aren't too bad.
Yeah, before the iPhone, man. They were the fucking shit.
You got your memes on the toilet.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah. So what are you reading?
Game of Thrones. I think it's the third, fourth book.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. That should be coming back soon, eh?
March, I think.
March.
Yeah, fuck. 2 years between seasons.
Yeah, it's going to be well worth it, though.
Yeah.
I don't know how the fuck they do it, man, because every episode is like an epic fucking movie.
Yeah.
Every single episode.
It's unreal.
And they're doing seasons of it. It's crazy, man. I don't think there's been another television show where they're spending more money. There can't be. No.
And for them to take like 2 years to kind of fucking do up this next season for their finale.
Yeah.
Like this one's going to be just off the hook.
Oh, I think so too. I can't fucking wait, man. I love that show. It took me 3 tries to actually get into it. I watched that first episode 2 times. It just wasn't for me. It just didn't do it. And someone told me watch 3 of them. And I did. And then I watched 7. And then I watched 17. And then, you know what I mean? Yeah, such a great fucking show. I gotta assume, you know, this is going to be the last season. I think there's going to be at least 1 spinoff, if not a couple.
Oh, there has to be.
Yeah.
They're not gonna cash out on
No,
that.
definitely. Yeah, definitely. I hope they're good.
Yeah.
Sometimes a spinoff can go bad, you know.
Yeah.
What are you watching on Netflix right now? You watching any cartoons on there?
No.
We can't
Well,
con-
Bob's Burgers.
Bob's
I'm watching
Burgers. How great
Burgers.
is that
I fucking
fucking
love
show, right?
I love it.
Yeah.
And I love how they do a lot of like movie spoofs, kind of. That's pretty awesome. And I'm rewatching Breaking Bad.
Oh, nice. Yeah. I can't. I never did finish Breaking Bad. It's a great show. I couldn't do it. My stepdad, he died of throat cancer, and before he died, he started growing and selling copious amounts of fucking dope to so that my mother would have money when he was gone. Right? He wanted to pay off the house, pay off the car, leave her well. So once it got, you know, pretty deep in, it just got too heavy for me. You know what I mean? It was a little too recent, a little too it was hitting close to. It's an emotional show, man. Even if you don't have that, you know, that sort of connection to it, it's a fucking deep emotional show. And I wasn't in a good place at the time to, you know what I mean, to go on that fucking journey.
Yeah.
It was painful. What a great fucking show, though.
Oh yeah.
Tuco, he was my favorite character.
Oh
Tuco?
yeah.
The Mexican gangster.
Yeah.
Tuco.
Yeah, with the like Bowie knife.
Yes.
Yeah.
He was my favorite character on there.
nice.
He was fucking Looney Tunes.
Yeah.
I watch a lot of cartoons, man. I'm pumped. BoJack Horseman's coming back in 2 days.
Oh, I didn't. Fuck, I love
Do you
that
watch
show.
it? Do you watch?
Oh,
Yeah.
I love
Okay. So
that
you
show.
do watch cartoons.
Oh yeah, I
You're
watch
just
cartoons.
not currently.
Yeah,
Okay.
not
All
currently
right.
watching any real ones.
Whew, jeez, I thought we were all done the podcast. And I was like, no
Fuck.
cartoons. Okay,
No,
I'll
God,
just hit the stop button here. And yeah, BoJack is coming back Wednesday night.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, I'm pumped, man. That last season was dark as shit.
Oh yeah.
Man, I don't know where they're gonna go. I don't know if they're gonna go even fucking darker. If they're gonna try to lighten it up. I'm interested, man. I love that fucking show. Such a smart cartoon, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just watched. I was real sick Saturday, and I just laid in bed all day, and I watched all of Final Space. Have you seen that?
I've watched it. That's a heavy fucking cartoon.
That's a heavy cartoon too.
I'm about halfway through it.
Oh,
And
nice.
I just kind of haven't watched it because my wife and I we're watching it together, and
Oh, you gotta wait for her.
yeah, I gotta wait for her to watch it. And she's got to be in the mood to watch it.
Yeah. I have a rule with my wife, dude. Like, there are shows where we wait for each other for.
Yeah.
She breaks the rules all the time. But we have a rule when it comes to cartoons. I'll watch whatever the fuck I want when I watch it. But I will watch it again with you. But I'm not waiting for you to fucking watch it. These are cartoons. I need to watch them immediately. It's pretty much the only thing I consume as far as television. Not too many, you know, real human shows that I watch, other than Game of Thrones. And, you know, there are some exceptions. But I just love cartoons. So that's our deal. I'll watch as many as I want when I want. But I will go back and watch it with her. Because I'm the kind of guy, man, I'll consume a cartoon, but then I want to go back. Because you know what cartoons are like. You always miss shit, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like watching Bob's Burgers even.
Yeah.
Like there's so much shit going on in the background.
Yes. Yeah. Or you're busy laughing at something, you miss the next fucking joke, you know?
Yeah.
Bob's Burgers is brilliant, man. I've never seen a cartoon that doesn't rely on one strong character. They're all strong characters.
Yeah.
You know, there's not that one Homer Simpson or Peter Griffin. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not like the oh my god, it's a Lisa episode. I don't want to watch.
Yeah,
this.
exactly. It doesn't matter what kind of episode. I mean, if it's a Gene episode, it doesn't matter, right?
Yeah.
It's to me that's the most interesting thing about that cartoon. I fucking love that show, and I avoided it forever. I don't even know why. I don't even know what my bias was. I think I just didn't like that they were running a restaurant. I think it was just the basis of it. You know, man, it only takes a couple episodes of that to show you what's really going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I fucking love that show. So I want to get back to the roast battle. You roasted Drake in the first round.
Yeah.
Yeah. How was that experience for you? First of all, that experience for me, fucking terrific.
It was great.
Yeah.
I crushed him.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was fun. It was Coming up with the jokes was fun because I didn't want to go with the like his dad's gone, he's fat, you know, the obvious,
all the awful things about him. Yeah,
yeah. So no, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah. I find it interesting that you suffer from anxiety. How does the roast battle, like, how does that make you feel?
Fine. I mean, I know it's all fun. Mm-hmm. Like, there's got to be a mutual you got to respect the people you're roasting.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it just comes off as you being an asshole.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
I think it's important.
no-
I think it's important to be friends with the roaster.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Unless you got two cool people like last night, Troy Haynes and Adam Landry. They'd only met one time before.
Yeah.
But just nice people, and they got along great, and they actually put on a really good show.
Yeah,
I enjoyed that roast.
I love Adam's character.
Oh,
he's so fucking funny.
So fucking funny, man. So funny.
First time I saw him, I wasn't sure. I saw him like I think 2 more times. I was like, "Oh, this guy's fucking
Oh,
hilarious."
he kills, man. No matter it doesn't even matter what he says up there. It's the way he's saying it. It's his character. He's so put out all the time.
Yeah.
And he's just so self-absorbed. It's fucking hilarious. Who else was roasting last night? Shan lost out on her roast because Joe Butler didn't show up.
Yeah, he backed out last minute.
Yeah, it's too bad because my buddy Matt Connell, he did a set before you last night. He offered to be an alternate for this roast battle for the whole competition. If someone falls out, and I was surprised they didn't lean on him to fill in.
I think it was kind of a last minute thing that happened.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So way too late to be.
Yeah. You don't want to just drop, write 3 roast jokes about somebody and try to win.
On the spot. It's kind of yeah. So Shan missed out on hers with Joe Butler, and who else was roasting?
John Scove and Austin Hill.
Yeah, that was a fucking weird matchup.
That was
just seeing Austin Hill in a roast battle with that fucking shit-eating grin on his face. So weird, man. They both had good lines for each other.
They did.
Yeah,
they did.
I enjoyed that.
That 12 Years a Slave joke.
Man, that was good.
That was beautiful.
Yeah, that was real fucking good. Man, Travis just he blew me away, man. That may be the best thing I've ever seen Travis do on stage, period.
Yeah. Well, when he came out with that fucking, I don't know, 2.5 minute intro.
Yeah.
And roasted Dan through the entire thing. I'm like, holy fuck. How much more can you have?
Yeah, I know. That's why I had to give it to him for 4-0 instead of 3-0, because you got to take that intro in. You know, it's a little bit of a miss that I've noticed in these roast battles, because the first one I did with Arif, the first thing I did when I got up there, I didn't even look at Arif. I roasted the judges. It's just something extra, right? Just a little something extra.
Yeah.
What I loved about you versus Drake was, quite honestly, before it got to your guys' matchup, there wasn't a lot of great material, and you were obviously prepared for it. And you were the first guy that night where I said, okay, now we got a fucking roast going on. You annihilated Drake. That was
nice, man.
Oh, that was rough.
I put some real work into that.
Yeah.
Not that it was difficult to find the material.
Sure.
Yeah,
he's
an
easy target.
Oh yeah.
And a big one. What's been your best or favorite or biggest or whatever? What's been your best gig so far to date?
I think my favorite was I did an amateur night at Hell's Basement.
Oh, nice.
I just fucking loved that room.
Yeah,
it was
what a
so
great venue. Yeah.
And people are there. I mean, they paid $2 to get in, but they paid to see a little bit of comedy. That makes all the fucking difference.
Yeah. Oh, big time, man.
And it was a great crowd. It's a great room.
Yeah.
And my material was good. It's stuff that I'd done. But
Yeah.
it was stuff that I knew worked.
Yeah.
So I was able to kind of do it in a totally different city.
Yeah.
And
And
it
with
wasn't-
confidence, because it works, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and it wasn't just to like a room of comedians like down here who have all heard these jokes before.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes it tough to get a laugh, man, when everyone in the room has heard this punch.
Yeah.
Right? It's almost impossible to get at least a decent pop from it.
Yeah.
What's been your worst show so far?
Fuck. I did Gus's Pub in Halifax.
Mm-hmm.
That was awful.
Was that a Andrew Vaughn show? That's Andrew Vaughn's show, right?
It is, yeah.
Mega
He
Comedy
wasn't-
Mondays at Gus's?
Yeah,
Yeah.
He
okay.
he wasn't there that night, so it was Mitch. I can't remember his last name. Who was kind of running it that night.
Right.
But
What was the worst about it? What was the worst thing? First of all, how many people showed up? Because we're talking about a Monday.
Well, how many people were on the show is what the real question there is.
Same answer. Yeah? Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's a little disheartening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was just awful. The stuff that I thought worked wasn't working, and But I mean, it's probably the comics didn't give a shit about this.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Who's this fucking newbie from New Brunswick?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's he fucking doing?
Yeah.
What else did you do in Halifax when you're up there? Is that the only room you did?
That's the only room I did. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was up there for a union conference.
Oh, okay.
So I just had a free Monday night, so
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. I've never done Gus's. I've done some comedy in Halifax, but none of the smaller rooms. I think Yuks is the only like active room. I did a couple headline gigs up there in Dartmouth and stuff, but just one-off shows, not regular clubs or whatever. It's definitely a much different place to do comedy in Halifax.
yeah.
Yeah. What did you? So you did Ken's class. What do you think you got most out of that class? Because obviously, Ken can't teach you how to be funny.
Yeah.
But he can teach you how to build a joke and kind of where to go and tags and stuff like that. What's the most that you took away from that?
Oh man, probably mostly how to kind of build a joke.
Right.
Like, because I've come up with funny stuff, but nothing that I would have thought, this is funny enough to tell people, and they'll laugh at me when they're not just a room full of my stoned friends.
Yeah. Maybe even give me money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, like how to kind of, I knew, basic format of a joke, set up, punch.
Yeah.
So, but to kind of fill the middle out
Yeah.
was really where I learned it, because it was more of a workshop, I guess, than a class. Because
Right.
he'd say, go write a bit, then come back the next week with it. We'd do it for the class, and we'd kind of all pick it apart.
Yeah.
Be like, this worked in it, this didn't, to kind of figure out.
How stressful was that to know you're going to class and you're getting up just in front of your classmates with this material? Was it like comfortable, or was it extremely uncomfortable?
Oh, for me, amazingly uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's that's
Like-
the way I think too.
Like-
I'd rather be in front of 200 strangers than this class of people, right?
Yeah, eight people that you're hanging out with for, I think it was 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was stressful.
Do you is there anything from that class that you still use that you wrote in that class?
Probably.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
I mean, I don't use it often. Like my depression joke,
Yes.
that one I wrote in that class.
Oh, you wrote that in the class. Oh, that's a good joke.
Nice.
Yeah.
Fuck, what else? Nothing really that I've used around here.
Yeah.
I do comedy all over the place. But
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Around here? No, I don't do that shit around here. I only do that shit in New York.
Fuck, but yeah, no, not too much.
Fuck. I had a fucking thought. Oh, this is what I want to talk to you about. Your podcast. That nobody fucking knows is going on. Let's talk about your podcast, bud.
Well, it's not going on anymore.
Right, why?
There's 4 episodes, and we did scheduling.
Yeah.
There's 3 of us.
Because there's 3 people. Yeah. So it was you, Chris Hovey, and John?
Yeah.
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 So what were you guys doing? Were you talking comedy, just shooting the shit? What was going on?
The intention was talk comedy more often than not, though.
Sure.
Just shooting the shit.
Yeah.
Talking into a microphone with a guest
Yeah.
every couple of.
Oh, you had some guests too?
Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Who'd you have on?
We had.
I love how I invite everybody on my podcast. No one invites me on their fucking podcasts.
I was fucking terrified of you because of the whole fucking beef shit going on.
What beef shit? What do you mean?
Like right around when John, Chris, and we all started. There was the whole Darren Elmore beef shit.
Oh,
like all
Jesus.
that shit. We
Right.
didn't know anybody, right?
Yeah.
So it was like, fuck, I don't want to get involved in any of this.
Right, yeah. That's okay. Now we've hit an interesting thread here. How do you, as a new comic, how did you perceive those beefs and shit? What was your perception of what was going on? Did it make you just want to run away from the fucking comedy, or were you curious about it? How did you feel about it?
It was. I thought Darren Elmore was being a cunt, to be
Right,
honest.
yes.
Like,
Well, that's a
I'm not
pretty
gonna fucking lie
popular
here. Like,
opinions.
from what I understand, yeah, I've never met the guy.
Yeah, right.
Never talked to him. I've seen him do comedy twice.
Yeah.
So
So once.
yeah. Oh,
we don't want to start this fucking beef again. I wanted that stricken from the record, but I probably won't.
Ken told us the jokes that he would do, and then when I saw him, he did those jokes.
It's sad, man. It really is sad. I mean, I've talked about it till I was blue in the face, but
Yeah.
I don't get the allure of continuing to do comedy that way. You know?
No, I get having an A set or like a top set.
Yes.
I get it to
Yes.
do like put your A shit together. But
if you don't have B stuff.
yeah, if you don't have stuff, if you're not hitting mics and doing work,
Yeah.
what the fuck's the point?
Yeah. I could not agree
Everybody's
more.
gonna get bored with you.
Yeah.
So
But yet he still gets booked at Yuks, you know? Like
Yeah.
every other fucking weekend. I don't know. To me, it seems like insanity, but I guess that's why I don't book comedy, right? Because Yuk Yuks seems to be doing just fucking fine booking him every other weekend, right? But, yeah, no, sometimes in this game, and I'm sure you're starting to see this now, you get really wrapped up in comedy, you know?
Yeah.
You forget that it's such a, tiny niche thing that's going on in this area. When you're in it, it seems like it's everything, right? Because it's all we think about.
yeah.
In that bubble, I don't think about, oh, hey, there's a new comic coming in, and we got this fucking beef going on, and everyone's gonna have to fucking deal with it, and you don't always fucking think clearly about shit like that, in the moment. And yeah. So let me ask you your honest perception of me in this beef. What was your honest perception?
I was on your side, I guess, as much as I could be.
Right.
In not knowing
Not knowing the full story
Dare,
and-
not knowing everybody, not knowing the backstory to it.
Right.
But from what I saw, like the whole thing that started with Matt Keenan, the fucking like
The underground thing. Yeah. Yeah.
Like I thought that this guy was just ridiculous.
Yeah.
And then
Attacking for no reason.
Yeah.
Seemingly.
It just seemed to come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
So it was, I don't know, it was weird. I didn't expect to see that kind of right off the hop in the, in piddly old St. John.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird, man. But, comedy is such a personal pursuit.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. The beefs in comedy they continue to this fucking day, And the more new people come in, the more it's going to fucking happen, How about that new guy last night? Had you seen him before? The guy that was... Yeah, what's his full name?
I have to look at Facebook.
Yeah,
to
okay,
see
yeah.
it.
David. Let's call him David. What do you think of him?
I liked him.
Yeah.
I've seen him a couple of times.
Right.
And he just needs more confidence on stage, man. Like he's got his jokes are funny. They're smart.
Yeah.
They are fucking smart.
Yeah, they're really smart. He is a goofy looking motherfucker, which is a huge advantage.
Yeah.
He's got a weird fucking voice. I mean, this guy's got it all when it comes
Yeah.
to comedy. Right? He's fucking goofy looking. He sounds stupid, But really, those are huge advantages in comedy.
Oh yeah.
I dug the shit out of it, man. It was weird. I think that once his performance, and listen, man, it may take him 5 or 6 years to get there, but when his performance catches up to, his joke writing and just, his whole style, man, I think he's going to be a killer.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to tell, but, man, I enjoyed the hell out of it.
Yeah, it was a great, it was a great set.
Someone told me last night that they had seen him 3 times, and it was new every time.
Yeah.
So that's fucking nice too.
There's some, I've seen him, I think probably about 3 times too.
Right.
Some older, some of the same stuff, but new stuff throughout.
Mixed in.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, fixing jokes, changing them.
Yes.
And it was awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool, man.
There was nothing he changed that took away from any of his jokes either, which was awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Editing is the hardest thing in comedy, man. I think it's got to be the toughest thing to do because it's so easy to fall in love with what you wrote.
Yeah.
And it's so hard to cut it, It took me a long time to get to be a decent comedy editor because I just loved everything I wrote. Oh, yeah, that's great. Oh, and I need this word and I need this whole sentence. And, the more you do it, the more you realize you don't need any of that. All you need is the punch, right?
Yeah.
And the tags or whatever. That's the only thing that's important. But it's so easy to fall in love with what you wrote and cut something that doesn't work,
Yeah.
What's your editing process look like? So you took some new material to the stage last night.
Yeah.
What happens next with this material?
Usually I'd go back and listen to it, but I forgot to record myself last night. Another reason I'm not going to smoke probably for a while before I go on stage.
Yeah, right.
But I'll usually go back and listen to it, hear where the laughs are, see what works.
Yeah. What hit, what didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of try and figure out why it didn't hit.
Are you thinking comedy all the time?
Quite often.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I'm. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think about comedy most of my day.
Yeah. It's weird, eh?
Yo,
once you do it,
up.
right? Like once you do it once, it seems like it just your brain turns on, and that's you almost look at everything with that comedy eye,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's strange. Yeah. Were you the class clown? Were you the funny guy growing up? So what drew you into comedy?
I don't know. I just I like entertaining people.
Right.
I like which is weird for like the anxiety side of me, right?
Yeah. But
like,
comedy's full of that kind of story, right?
I suppose. Yeah. But yeah, no, I like entertaining people. I like making people laugh.
Yeah.
And I was bullied a lot in school, so I never really kind of was the class clown. 'Cause I was scared to be
open up. You might get a punch in the stomach.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Forced to fight somebody else in the locker room.
Sure.
Yeah, who the fuck knows?
Yeah. Comedy's rife with that kind of thing, man. I mean, most of the comics that I know suffer from some kind of mental illness, whether it's, anxiety or depression or suicidal thoughts, whatever. So many broken people in comedy.
Yeah.
It's almost a prerequisite to get into it. You know what I mean? You need your Chuck Taylors and you need your fucking mental illness.
Yeah.
Right?
I can check both boxes.
Yeah. I saw you taking them off out there. Yeah, it's kind of fucking weird that way. What are some of your hobbies other than comedy? What gets your fucking dick hard here?
I used to game a fair bit.
Game.
Yeah.
Yeah, like video games?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Play my Xbox, computer.
Has the wife cured you of that yet, or?
Actually, she loves gaming.
She's a gamer too.
Oh yeah.
Oh, well, that's fortunate.
So it's great.
Yeah.
Great. We have put many hours into Call of Duty.
Oh, nice.
Which is awesome.
Yeah,
Kinda
yeah.
lucked out on that one.
What do you guys do? Play like a split screen when you're doing that, or what? What happens there?
Yeah, we'll do that.
I'm not a gamer, so
we had
two TVs.
Two TVs
Yes.
going for a while.
Okay.
Got like a secondhand Xbox, so we both played on them.
Yeah.
Which was great. Separate rooms.
Yeah. Oh, separate rooms.
Yeah.
That's a great way to stay together.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Playing video games. No, really though. Playing video games in separate rooms, right? And then you meet up later on. You got something to talk about.
Yeah.
You miss each other a little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even the same game, same matchup, but not kind of sitting right next to each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
Glued
Enjoying
to-
it separately.
glued together. Yeah.
That's fine. Yeah. That's kind of interesting. I don't game. I can't because I have an addictive personality.
Yeah.
So I got to stay away from it. Like I want so badly right now to run out and buy the new UFC game, but I know what'll happen. I'll quit my fucking job. No one will see me for weeks.
Yeah.
I get too addicted to it, man. Highly addictive personality.
If I Call of Duty, but the last time I was off, I'm on parental leave with my first kid.
Right.
I got so into that game. I got too good because I couldn't put the controller down. Every spare minute I had, I was back to it because I also have a fairly addictive personality.
Sure.
So
yeah,
it's
tough, man. I know my limits.
Yeah.
Video games, that's my limit. I can't fucking get involved with it, man. Especially like a good army game, something like Call of Duty.
Yeah.
I can't be fucking doing that shit.
Give me a good RPG and I'll be gone for days.
Yeah.
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 Disappear into the world there, not fucking talk to anybody.
Wow, it's a nice world, isn't it? Because no one fucks with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can build your guy up super strong and just fuck with everybody else.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can be everything you want to be in there that you can't be out here, right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
What other hobbies you got? What else are you interested in? Do you hunt, fish, sports, anything like that?
Sports, no.
So you got a CBC hat on. You're a big fan of the CBC.
Yeah, listen to a lot of radio.
Nice. Yeah. You like talk radio?
I do.
Yeah.
I do. And my fucking 15-year-old self would be punching me in the face for saying it. Cause I was like, Dad, shut the fucking radio off. I want to listen to music.
Yeah, right.
Now it's all that's on in my car when my kid's not in it.
It's funny. So you obviously consume podcasts and stuff. I mean, that's obviously the future of talk radio.
Oh, yeah.
What's talk radio now? That's really all anyone's listening to. What are some of your favorite podcasts?
Improv for Humans. It's a good one.
I have heard this. Impro, right?
Improv.
It is improv? I thought it was impro for some reason.
Improv.
Who is that with?
That's Matt Besser.
Yeah, that's right.
Like
yeah, I've heard of this.
UCB.
Yeah. What else? What else you like?
I don't have time to listen to it right now. There's one. Let's talk about sets.
Okay.
It's
comedy, obviously.
Oh yeah, comedy.
Where's that out of?
New York.
Nice.
New York. So it's a lot of like New York comedy scene, stuff like that.
Let's talk about sets.
They break down a lot of, like they'll listen to a bit, kind of talk about the bit for a little while.
Right. So what? So you mean they'll have a comic on and they'll listen to his bit and talk about it?
Sometimes,
right?
Sometimes they'll have a comic on. He'll pick a bit.
Okay,
They'll
just random.
talk about that.
Yeah, right.
Their episodes are like themed and stuff too.
Yes.
So.
Okay. How long are these podcasts? Like an hour, more than an hour?
A little bit over an hour.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And who's hosting this show?
It's Jeff and Harrison. I don't know what their last names are.
Okay.
Right now it's escaping me.
But same hosts, obviously, not like a rotating host kind of show.
Yeah, same two hosts.
Yeah.
And they have a different guest on every time.
And it's weekly?
Used to be.
Yeah.
Then they went down to twice a month.
Oh, no.
Yeah, just because they do other podcasts as well.
Yeah, right.
And the comedy in New York, they're doing that every night. And...
Yeah. They're busy.
Oh, yeah.
They got stuff. I'm going to check that out, though. I think RF listens to that as well. I think he's mentioned this to me before. I'm definitely going to fucking check that out. I don't really listen to a lot of comedy podcasts, personally.
Fireworks.
That's not fireworks, Dan.
It's fireworks. 100%.
Holy fuck, I thought we were getting called to duty, bud.
Fuck.
Jesus Christ.
My
You're
neighbor-
right, it was fireworks.
My neighbors set them off all the time.
Holy
So-
Jesus Christ. That freaked me right out. I thought we were under attack, Dan. Jesus. That was fucking...
Putin.
That was tremendous. Well, Trump just said that he was about to cause the ruination of Canada with this fucking trade deal or whatever.
This fucking NAFTA stuff.
Yeah, whatever. What do you think? What do you think of the Donald?
Probably the same thing everybody thinks of the Donald.
Oh, I don't know.
I think he's a little crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he's definitely a little fucking crazy. Yeah. I wish people would stop doing fucking jokes about him. I'm sick of them all. Like, I'm honestly fucking sick of it all. Drake was up Friday night at O'Leary's doing a Trump impression. And listen, it was a good impression. And it was a decent bit. I'm just so fucking sick of it, man. I refuse to watch Jim Jeffries' show for that very reason.
Yeah.
He just will not stop on fucking Trump. I'm tired of it.
That's the reason I don't. I haven't. Like, I've made Trump jokes.
Yeah.
I've written Trump jokes.
Sure.
I don't think I'll ever do one on stage.
Well, the thing is, that there's so many, top pro comics are doing it. What the fuck do we have to say about it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? First of all, we're Canadian, right? Second of all, nobody gives a shit about what we have to say about Trump. Let's talk about roast battle. Who's next for you? Do you know yet?
I do.
Oh,
John.
fuck.
John Scove.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Wow. Former
gonna be-
co-host of the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be tough, too, because I bounce a lot of my shit off him. Like, we bounce jokes off each other just constantly.
Sure, yeah.
So,
So do you guys have like a messenger, Facebook Messenger thread that you go back and forth on? All right, that's cool. Yeah, see, it's I've got a few of those with, my closest friends in comedy, right? It's good. It's good to know that you guys are doing that too. I love it. So John's next. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna rip this guy apart or what? Are you
I've got to.
You have to.
It's going down.
Yeah.
I've got to win, right?
If I could say one thing, I would say that your first round was stronger than his first round, in my opinion. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's a lot of fireworks.
Yeah, and it's fucking loud. It's right over here, directly across the street. That's why it's so goddamn loud.
Okay.
But, yeah, I thought you were a stronger roaster. I mean, there's so many variables, your opponents and all that shit. But Oh, I'm interested in that matchup. Have there been any other announcements of the second round at all, or is that just kind of inside information you got?
That's kind of insider.
Yeah.
Just because I was there last night when him and Godso were figuring out who's gonna be doing what.
Yeah, right.
Fuck, I heard another one, but I can't remember who.
I'm
it was.
really just interested in who Travis is against next.
I don't think I heard Travis's.
Yeah.
I don't know, but they'll probably get decimated.
Yeah.
Especially if he does the whole TJ thing.
Jesus Christ,
Like,
what a
fuck.
great fucking character he's got there, man.
Yeah.
That was man. I'm still amazed by that. Absolutely, still amazed by that. Who are some of your favorites around here, Dan? Can I ask you for a list or anything?
No, top 5 here.
No top five. No top five. No hurt feelings. Everyone's good, right? We love everybody.
Yeah,
but
everybody's
who are some of the
fantastic.
people that tickle you?
I really enjoy your shit, and I'm not just saying this because I'm here.
Well, I appreciate that.
Fuck, who else? Steve Fudge.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, you had a good set last night.
Oh, his set last night was great.
Yeah. Particularly the ending, man. The ending I really enjoyed.
Yeah, that was a strong joke. He says he's still working on it too. So
Yeah, that's what he was telling me. Yeah, who else? Who do you dislike? Who do you fucking hate around here? Let's get to that.
I don't know. I don't fucking know.
I was
man.
just
Am I
fucking around, but
starting
you
some
started
beefs?
to think
thinking?
about it. I'm like,
Yeah,
I'm gonna let him fucking answer, man.
Who do I hate?
Yeah, I was just
Fucking
yanking,
everyone.
I was just yanking your fucking chain, but yeah, if you want to throw a name out there, hey, listen, this is the Spludecast. You know what I mean? What do you think of that
Probably
fucking?
the only reason I considered it.
Yes, exactly. Right? And you're like, holy shit, this is fucking for real. I'm actually on it.
Yeah, I'm actually going to be dealing with beef here.
Well,
what the fuck?
Now here's something I'll ask you because, and I'm not going to offer any opinions. Everybody knows my opinion on it, and I'm not going to beat it to death like I already have for years. What is your opinion as a kind of a newer comic? What is your opinion of James Mollinger?
I don't like his stuff. I get it.
Yeah, you get why it works.
Oh,
and-
absolutely.
Sure.
He's pandering to St. John, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
And it works for him.
Yeah, but it doesn't work for you.
No.
Yeah.
I saw him first time I saw him, I really liked it.
Yeah,
Second time I saw him, it was the same thing.
more of the same. Yeah,
Yeah, just all St. John, a lot of St. John. I haven't
The
seen him in
style,
a while.
Yeah,
And then it's just not my
not your cup of tea.
Yeah.
Not your cup of tea. Yeah, no, I just, I always ask, especially newer comics, because, for older, not older, but, people who have been on the scene for a little while, he represents the success that maybe some of us think we deserve, So that probably clouds our judgment a little. But you being a little newer, what are your goals exactly in comedy? What do you hope? What do you hope to get out of it?
Not much, really. Just
Good.
having some fun.
Yeah,
Like if something happens with it, great. If not,
course,
I
right.
mean, I can say I was a comic
yeah.
for the most, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's a fun thing to say.
You're probably going to be a comic, really, for most of the rest of your life, I'd say, Dan.
Yeah, I would hope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I've taken a few breaks from comedy. Comedy, you will find this eventually. Comedy will wear you down. These fucking beefs will wear you down. Just the stress of coming up with new material and the stress of this is what I'm doing this weekend, and that shit fucking grinds on you eventually. But I don't think there's ever gonna be a time where I don't do comedy. Even if I take a year here, even 5 years, I don't think I'll ever stop being a comic and ever stop wanting to go on stage, at least in some capacity, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I my first 6 months actually, I grinded out close to 40 shows.
Jesus Christ.
And then I was fucking exhausted. I was like, I can't. And I tried to, slow down, so I did one show. I was like, fuck, I got to do another one.
Yeah.
It just came like trickling back up to doing as many shows as I possibly could.
Yeah, that's huge, man. In this area, 40 in 6 months, that's fucking crazy. Who have been, do you get out to see some shows at Yuks and Chuckles Comedy Club? Like, do you go to those places and take in some
I
shows?
try to.
Who's been your favorite headliner to come through town? Like, who's stuck out for you?
Fuck, man. Why can't I think of it? Derek Seguin. I seen him twice now. Like when he did Chuckles,
Right.
and when he did Yuks last time he was at Yuks.
Right.
I really like his stuff.
Yeah.
He's fucking hilarious. Super nice guy too.
He's coming back.
Yeah, I saw
Coming
that
back in December. Mike Danbre's opening for him. I don't know how that fucking works out.
Wow.
That's a fucking heavyweight show if you're selling tickets to it.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. I don't share that with you, with Derek. I have a completely different opinion, but I will keep it to myself because it's not a great opinion. But that's, I got my reasons, right? I've worked with them before. But anyway, who else?
Pete Johansson.
I can see why you like Derek's again, right? I mean,
Yeah.
he was Canada's top comic one year, right? He's obviously got some fucking chops.
Yeah.
Pete Johansson's fucking brilliant, man.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's that fucking smart comedy too.
Yeah.
You gotta kind of pay attention.
Yeah.
Which is fucking awesome.
What's so interesting about it, you're absolutely right. It's the smart comedy. What sells it is that it seems to be coming from a dumb person.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean by that?
Yeah.
He's a
You
paradox
don't expect
performer.
him.
Yeah.
The way he presents himself.
Yeah.
You don't expect him to be spitting out about like the difference between the male and female brains growing up.
Yeah.
And all this shit. Like,
Yeah.
It's like,
You don't see it coming because you
No.
look at him and go, "What's this fucking dope gonna be talking about?"
Yeah.
You must have seen his special on Netflix.
I actually didn't.
You haven't seen that yet?
No.
Oh, go watch that. It's very, very fucking good. Very good. I was skeptical. I was like, it's a Canadian guy in Amsterdam. And,
Yeah.
I look at him and go, he doesn't look like the kind of guy. Dimitri Martin's like that too, right? The guy I look at and go, I don't know about this guy. Very good.
I
Pete's
bought
very good.
his album when I was out and I saw him in Vancouver. That was the first time I saw him. And it was just hilarious. He was fucking amazing. And then when he was here back in January, I did a guest spot for him.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucking fantastic, man.
That was
yeah.
pretty fun.
What a big night for you there.
Yeah, that was pretty exciting. I
Yeah.
think that was my first. Was that my first or second? I think it might have been my. It was my first or second guest spot at Yuks.
Yeah. How many have you done there?
2 or 3.
Yeah. And you've done a few of the amateur nights. Have you done a showcase?
No, not yet.
Yeah. How come? Why aren't they showcasing Dan Theriault? What the fuck? Who's running that show now?
Brian Otter.
Brian Otter. What the fuck are you doing, Brian? I didn't know who Brian is. I met him. I met him for the first time a couple weeks ago. Nice guy. I enjoyed his comedy too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had never fucking heard of him before.
I think he just moved back to St. John or moved to St. John or.
Oh, okay.
something.
Yeah. Like, what is he? Like a Toronto guy or something?
Halifax, I think.
Halifax,
Toronto,
okay.
Halifax.
Yeah. I'll have to fucking reach out to the Halifax comics I know and see what kind of guy he is. You just had a fucking newborn baby. Yeah. How's that going? How old right now?
2 months
2 months.
yesterday.
Jesus Christ. So what's going on in your life right now then?
Nothing. Changing
Is
shitty
she-
diapers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is she sleeping through the night?
It's a boy, but.
Oh,
no,
sorry.
yeah, no worries.
Oh, you got your boy.
Oh, yeah.
Congratulations.
I got one each now.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I can quit.
Did you tell me his name last night? I'm not sure.
I don't
if asked
remember.
you. What's his name?
River.
Nice. Yes, you did. Yeah, that's right. James Mullinger has a son named River.
I do know that, actually. When we were naming him, this is a funny fucking story. When we were naming him, I was like, James Mullinger's son's named River. I don't know if I want to, because, I'm a comic and in the same kind of,
Sure.
tangentially same kind of scene.
Yeah.
And Carrie was like, no, you never interact with them.
Yeah.
Like, you never talk to him. You don't know him on a personal level or
Right.
anything. So I was like, yeah, okay. Sold me on the name. We had a few picked out.
Yeah.
And then we named him River.
Great name, by the way, first of all.
Thanks.
It's a great fucking name.
It's a good one. Mm-hmm. But then fucking, last week when school started, doesn't River start going, James's River start going to the same daycare as my daughter?
No. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. So much for never having to,
Yeah.
never interacted with him.
Yeah, exactly. Jesus Christ. Well, that sucks.
Yeah.
That's a great fucking name, man. River Phoenix. You can't go wrong. What are you listening to for music right now, Dan?
Not much. The Wiggles?
Oh yeah, I guess.
Fuck,
Jesus.
man.
So how old's your daughter right now?
She's 2.
3 or 4. Oh, she's 2.
2 and 2 months.
Jesus Christ. Are you having more? Like, what's the plan?
I don't
here?
think so.
I don't think so.
I like sleeping.
Yeah. I mean, you're not even removed, probably, not, if you are, not very far removed from diapers with your oldest.
Well, we're like potty training her right now.
Yeah, okay. So you're in the midst of that, but right now you're still kind of changing 2 diapers. Yeah. How close is she to getting...
She's pretty close.
Yeah.
Like she's in pull-ups, so...
Oh, beautiful. Yeah. Once they get that independent, it starts to get easier. You know? I mean, not for you, because you just had a newborn. But, you know, kids are challenging, man. Like, newborns are challenging. Young toddlers are fucking challenging.
Yeah.
The only saving grace is that it gets easier every fucking day. Like, my boy's 14 now. It seemed like yesterday I was changing his diapers, you know? But he's 14 now, and he's so fucking independent, you know? He's probably got a better sense of humor than I have right now. He's definitely more mature. He's a foot taller, you know?
Most people are, though, right?
That's true. That is true. I didn't expect it from my boy, though. And, you know, if I'm being honest, I love him a little less. And, you know, 8-year-old chaos, I loved a lot more, I think, you know. But it gets so much easier every day. You know, once you start getting them out of the diapers, you get them into school, you know, life starts to turn into gravy. But I would recommend a vasectomy. You know, 2 is probably enough, Dan.
Yeah.
We got a lot of people on this planet. You enjoy your sleep. We want to see you continue your comedy career. You know, 2 is pretty good. You got your boy. Don't get fucking greedy, right?
Yeah.
Because the problem is when you roll the dice enough, you know, next one could be autistic.
Yeah.
Right? Could have 3 heads.
Yeah. Could
Down
be a boy
syndrome.
and a girl.
Right. That just happened to my wife's brother. They weren't going to have any more, and they had a healthy baby boy. Then they had a severely autistic son, and I think he's only 6, and she is pregnant, just about to bust with twins.
Oh shit!
They were going to shut it down after the autistic fella because, you know, he's a lifetime of, you know, care, right?
Yeah,
lifelong,
absolutely.
Lifelong care. And now twins on top of it.
Fuck.
Terrifying. I can't fucking imagine. I honestly can't. And I love kids. You know, don't get me. I fucking love kids, but man, the more you have, the less you can put into them. Right? That's the trouble.
Yeah.
When my son was born, as soon as he was healthy, that's what I said. I said, I want to put everything I have into this guy, you know, so we're going to fucking take the bullets out of the gun and, you know. But yeah, I can just look and see right now that you have. You don't even have to tell me you have a newborn. I can see it in your fucking eyes.
It's dead eyes.
It's a rough goal. You know what though? At least you're on fucking paternity leave, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes it a lot easier.
I don't know how people can do it with like if just the mother takes leave.
Yeah.
Like, and I wouldn't be able to work full time right now.
No.
Like fucking 40 hours a week.
Yeah.
Newborn on top of that.
Yeah. What's your trade? What will you be doing when you go back to work?
I work for Air Canada.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, that's all right.
Yeah.
You get good deals on flights and shit like that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well, that's all right.
Yeah, it's not too bad. Good benefits, which is great. I mean, it's a call center job, but I mean, it's a good call center job.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Oh, it beats the fuck out of Cytel or something like that, right?
And we're unionized, so fuck.
You're unionized?
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Well, that's how you're able to take fucking parental leave.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, shit, that's all right. What do they give now for parental leave? Is it, I think when I took it, I think it was only like 67% of wages.
Oh, it's EI, so it's 55.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, or if you want to do that like 18-month one,
right,
that they just changed to, it's 33.
So you can take longer time, less money.
Yeah, longer time. They stretch the same money.
Yeah.
Over more weeks.
Fucking dirty.
Yeah. Yeah, so I was like, I can't really afford that.
Yeah,
so
33% of what I'm making is not going to fucking cut it, man.
55's tight, 33.
Yeah, man. No. Especially with 4 mouths to feed. You know what I mean? Yeah. What's coming up next for you? Obviously, you're in this roast battle. Is there like, okay, let's listen. You got a pretty decent platform here right now. Anything you'd like to say to your future opponent, John Scove Nielsen? You know, he was a guest on here a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I listened to that one.
Yeah, did you? Did you get any material out of it?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I may have to give it a
You have to
listen.
go back and listen. Yeah.
See,
have you got a message for John here, or? Now, I know you guys are friendly and stuff, but you could, potentially you could throw the first salvo here.
I'm gonna burn you to the ground, John. I'm gonna fucking burn you to the ground.
Fucking right. Maybe you come out with a pair of sunglasses and a loaf of bread, and a fucking soup coat, you know.
Yeah. Mash all of them together.
That's man. There's been a lot of characters, even in the first. Did you come out and watch any of the first round of roast battle last year? Last year or year before? Last year.
Last year, I think so.
Even then, there was a lot of characters, you know, like Elvis impersonators.
Yes.
Yeah, I fucking dig the shit out of it, man. I love it. There's something to be said for, like I said, I enjoyed the hell out of you roasting Drake, because when Drake came up, he had 2 tables of people there, right? Who did you have there with you?
I had no one.
Nobody there.
No.
He's got 2 people, and he came up there with this strut where he didn't even. I think he really overlooked you, man. I think he really underestimated you.
Well, he was
because
sending me
came up with-
messages being like, "You know, I respect the hell out of you, man."
Oh, really?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
bunches
nice.
of them, a whole bunch of them. Like,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't want to make you feel bad with anything I say.
Yeah. He actually promised me that he was going to destroy you. At the show, he came up to me and he said, because I was Drake was supposed to be on this show a couple months ago, and he canceled, and we rescheduled, and he canceled on me again. So I said, "Listen, bud, you're at the bottom of the fucking list. It's over. Don't fucking pen me out 2 times. You know, I gotta understand 1 time, not twice." So I told him, "You're at the bottom of the list, bud. You're likely not gonna make it on the show the rest of the year." And so he came up to me and he says, "I know how I'm gonna get back on your show." And I said, "Oh, do you?" He said, "Yeah, I'm gonna fucking destroy Dan tonight, and you're gonna be so impressed you're gonna bring me back on the show." I said, "Listen, Drake, you're talking a big game here, dude. You know what I mean? That's always a danger, right? When you're talking a big game." And it didn't work out too well for him.
No, it didn't. I sweeped him.
You big time. It was disgusting, and I hate to say it, but you know, to my listeners, you won't be hearing Drake Tobias on here in 2018. He just he couldn't make it happen. You know. What else is coming up for you?
Oh God, just
Where are you booked?
roast battle. That's it.
That's
right
it?
now. Yeah, I've been kind of.
Some of the shows are drying up around here a little bit, right? Do you find?
Yeah,
Little
big
bit?
time.
Yeah.
Big time. And I mean, the only reason I'm kind of rolling back right now, though, is just the kid.
Of course.
Like the first month he was home, I didn't do any.
For the first month.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Then
not.
I did like 1, 2.
Yeah.
Last month.
Yeah. Do you notice, is it harder to come back when you've had like a month layoff? Do you notice it, like more nerves, shit like that?
Yeah, but it made me work harder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Like because I'm kind of in a valley right now with my writing and stuff. So,
right. Yeah.
So that show I actually put, a
You're a
decent
little
amount
bit
of
of-
work into.
A little bit of writer's block right now.
Yeah.
Just not flowing the way it used to flow.
Yeah.
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 That always happens. Peaks and valleys.
Yeah.
You'll come out of it. But you won't come out of it until you're convinced that you will never come out of it. And then you'll come out of it. You know. Were you a part of the Club Rewind shows and stuff
Yeah.
like that?
Yeah,
How
I
was
was.
that? How were those shows? I was never involved in
The
those.
first few were good.
Right.
They huge crowd.
Yeah.
Huge crowd. She gave the whole door to the comics.
Oh, nice.
So
What
good
are we
pay.
talking about for a huge crowd? Like how many people roughly? Ballpark, like 100, under 100,
Under
60,
100,
60
like-
to 100.
I'd say 30 to 50.
That's still a solid crowd around here.
Oh yeah.
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 And what do you think happened? Like, why do you think that's not going on anymore?
She went out of business. I know for a rewind.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh, the actual club went out of business.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Club
So
went out of
that's
business.
okay. So that fuck, man. It's hard to run a business in this city, dude.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And she, I know after it went out of business, she tried to do that show with Garrett Clark, and a couple other comedians at the theater.
Right, an Imperial, but it ended up being at the Somerset or something.
Yeah, it was supposed to be at the Kent Theater for $25,
Right.
and then it ended up being at the Somerset for $25.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah.
Eesh.
Yeah.
That's not gonna enjoy a lot of success. You can't change a venue that drastically and not change the fucking ticket price.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you can't. You still got to pay the fucking comic, right?
Yeah.
Whatever you promised to. I haven't seen Garrett Clark too much. Have you seen a lot of it?
I caught the end of his set at the High Tide comedy thing.
Oh, gee, were you involved in that too?
I did they had like an open mic that started at like 10:30.
Right.
So I did that.
Yes. How was that? The festival.
That's the only thing I went to.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was the open mic.
Right.
It was all right.
Yeah.
Not many people. Most comics.
Mostly
Especially at
comics.
10:30 at night, right?
Yeah,
no one's coming
that's
out
a
at
tough
10:30
sell.
at night to see a bunch of amateur comedians.
Yeah.
The
I'm
time-
always surprised when shows start that late, man. To me, comedy should start at 8 p.m. sharp. That's it. 8 fucking p.m., right? Because most people who are coming out to a comedy show, they're comedy fans and they want to come out and enjoy a show. But that's not the end of their night for the most part, you know? And I think Yuks has done a good job of that. They've always been that way. Hard start, 8 o'clock. We play the Ramones, and you better be in your fucking seat because we're starting right now. I do like that about. I think a big part of some of the problems with the shows, and this dates back to like 2013 when I first started getting into comedy. That no one sticks to their time. Show starts at 8.
Yeah.
Or whenever we feel there's enough audience members.
Yeah.
But you got to train those audience members, right? You got to say, no, we're starting at 8. And if they come in at 8:15, well, you just missed 15 minutes.
Yeah.
You know? And then that trains them. Oh, we got to get there at 8 because it starts, you know, I think, and I see it at Laughter Dark too.
Yeah.
Right? Almost every week. It's supposed to start at 8, right? Or 8:30?
I don't know.
But it never...
I get there for 8 because I have no idea what time it starts at.
Yeah, well, it starts at a different time every time, right?
Yeah.
I think that's a little bit of a problem, but I love what Matt and Sam have done with that room. I think John and Godsoul are going to do a good job with that too.
Absolutely. I think moving it from the afternoon to the evening, like tonight, is a huge.
Yeah,
it was a huge deal because I mean,
Sunday
4 in the
afternoons,
afternoon.
that was tough. Yeah, that was tough. I closed out the very first one there, and yeah, it's a weird time. And I mean, first of all, that's kind of a weird place to do comedy anyway. It's not really a stage. It's not really set up for a show. You know what I mean? But yeah, that time of day, when your headliner comes up at 5:15.
yeah.
In the summertime even, that's not fucking great. Have you ever thought about starting a room?
I tried to, actually.
You did?
I did at the university.
Oh, that's right too. Yeah, okay. So what happened there? Because that's a great fucking room. That's a good venue.
Howlers is not actually open for business. So Chartwell's has to specially open it. And Chartwell's are pieces of shit.
What is Chartwell's? What's
They're
that?
like a catering. They will run the cafeteria and shit.
Oh, okay, right.
So me, having never run a show before, never done any like promoting or anything like that, entered into a stupid agreement with them. Make $200 at the bar.
Yeah.
And don't have to pay anything for the room.
If the bar makes $200, you don't have to pay to put on a fucking comedy show for them.
Yeah.
Right.
So first
Jeez,
time,
I don't understand. I don't think I understand the business of comedy. Carry on.
First time, no problem. Right?
Oh, okay.
I had Drake and Chris on the show, and
Yes.
they're both bringers.
They're bringers, yeah.
And so I had no problem meeting it. Second time, I didn't have as many people there, and they said I made way under what I'm pretty sure I made. They said I sold 11.4 drinks.
Right.
Yeah, when the math worked out, so I owed them like $100 and some bucks, like almost 170.
What do you mean? They wanted you to pay them?
Yeah.
To put on a show there?
Yeah.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So I
wonder if they treat musical acts that way too.
I think they
That's
do
fucking
because of the
weird,
bar. Because
Yeah,
they
I
pay the
guess.
employee to be up there. Is
Yeah.
the explanation that I got. So
Yeah, I
after
guess.
arguing with them for like a month, I was just like, fuck it. Here's your money. I'm not doing another one.
Yeah. So you only did the 2?
I only did the 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How was the turnout for the second one?
Not great.
Yeah.
Not great. But I mean, it was later at night too. Like it was an 8:30 start.
Yeah.
It was kind of out of the way on campus at UMB.
Yeah.
Which is
Yeah.
out
It's
of the
out
way.
there.
Yeah. So
Yeah, it's definitely out there. Yeah, that's too bad. Would you try again?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I got a venue in mind that I could probably hook you up with if you were interested in it.
Yeah.
Now it's probably not the best time for you with the newborn.
Yeah,
to be
but-
booking shows and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we do need more shows. I hear a lot of people talk about oversaturation here. I don't think that's a problem. We just haven't. I don't think we put the comedy in the right places yet.
Yeah, no, we definitely need more. I think we need more shows.
I think we
don't have
more.
enough.
Yeah, I agree with that.
There's no way we have enough. We have what? 2, 3, 4 amateur shows a month. We got No Jokes Deluxe.
Well, first of all, No Jokes Deluxe is not an open mic.
No, that's
and it's very you have to be invited. You have to prove yourself that you're probably trustworthy to do 15 minutes, and that's not a lot of comics around here.
That's true. Yeah.
So I would take that out.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I think the people have spoken, and no one's interested in going to O'Leary's for comedy. I think that's been pretty clear for at least a number of months, if not a year.
Well, I went about this time last year. Saw you there. I think Muxworthy might have been on that show, and Adam Landry as well.
Right.
And it was the comedians. I think your wife was there.
Yeah.
It was me, Carrie, Chris Hovey.
Yeah, and that's it.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much every time there. I think the people have spoken. I don't think that can be a successful show for whatever reason. I don't know what the reasons are. It's never. There was a couple times, maybe twice, where it had a really good turnout, but we're talking 20 to 25 people.
Yeah.
Right, max. But we have. I don't count O'Leary's, man. I honestly think comedy's done there. It just seems like no one wants to go to that show for whatever fucking reason. But we got the R Bar.
Yeah, the R Bar, McGill's twice.
Right.
So amateur night.
An amateur night. And that's it.
That's all we got in the city
That's
for
all we
shows.
got.
That's 4 shows.
So what does a comic have to do to get on the amateur show? When I did it, I was invited.
Yeah.
What do you got to do to get on the show? Are you still having to email Toronto and
No, you just
hope
email
for the
Steve.
best? You just email Steve directly?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So he's probably going, okay, well, Dan was on last month, so we're going to have to skip him this month because there's too many. He's probably doing that kind of thing. I
would think so too.
Yeah.
Though I know lately he's kind of had some of the shows have been tight for people.
Would like not have enough people?
Yeah.
Oh,
Or
really?
he'll get them all, or they'll end up all kind of messaging him last minute.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I'm surprised by that because there's a lot of new comics, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think like when they did that, every comic in New Brunswick except for Mark Splude on the show. I think there was like 42 or 44 at the time.
Yeah.
How many do you think there are now?
Oh fuck, I have no idea.
It's got to be over 60, right?
I think so. Yeah.
lot
I
of
mean,
fucking
between
comics.
here, Fredericton.
Yeah, like New Brunswick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you do comedy in Fredericton often?
I used to try and go up to Wilsers as often as possible.
Yeah.
Not so much anymore.
Yeah.
Especially leading up to the baby. Like I kind of nixed traveling.
Well, yeah, for sure. You want to be close.
Yeah.
In case it happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And right now, where he's so little, I'm not leaving the city for anything.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's funny. The Wilsers room, man. That's the room I started in. I did my very first set there, and have no interest in going back.
Yeah.
Everything I hear, it sounds like if you're a white male, it's probably not going to go well for you there.
That's kind of what I'm getting lately. I've seen a few things on Facebook.
Yeah.
That have kind of made it seem that it's not a safe space for white men.
Exactly, right? And I might be the whitest, manest man around here, so it's probably not a great room for me.
Yeah.
What is your big aspiration in the city? What is your goal? Like what you'd be working to right now? Where do you want to be this time next year?
Fuck, that's I don't know.
Yeah,
Just
like middling it at Yuks or getting an open spot at Chuckles. Like what sounds more appealing to you?
Chuckles.
Yeah,
For sure.
Chuckles. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's
like I'd love to middle
heart.
at. I'd love to middle at Yucks.
Sure.
But I love Chuckles.
Yeah.
Like that would be just awesome.
Do you go there often for the shows?
I go not every month.
Right.
But I go
When you
every
can.
once in a while. Yeah, when
Yeah.
I can.
I love that fucking venue.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're in my opinion, I mean, I'm surprised they haven't reached out and offered you a spot yet.
I've talked to Shane a couple of times about it. But yeah, haven't.
The trouble with it is Shane doesn't get out to see the comics enough, and he knows that, right? And Julie, who does the rest of the booking there, doesn't get out really at all. Makes it tough, right? I don't know what their selection process is now.
Yeah.
But from what I've seen there lately, if they're gonna put the people that I've seen on there, they should probably throw you a bone. You know what I mean? It's a great stage. It can be a stingy fucking room though. I'm sure you've seen that.
I have
a few times. Yeah.
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 I saw the show that John Scove was on. Like he did a guest at the Open.
Right.
For that chick on the motorcycle. I don't even remember her
Okay,
name.
yeah. Michelle Christine or whatever.
She was awful.
Yeah. Everyone says that. She was awful, eh?
Oh,
well, I think she's only like 4 years into comedy, right? And she's
Okay.
doing a fucking cross Canada tour. Like, let's maybe settle down a little, you know?
It wasn't. Yeah.
I mean, listen, man, give it a
for
fucking
doing
try,
it.
right? Yeah, roll the fucking dice. Why not?
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure she got laid lots and maybe made some money and some friends. Who knows?
Yeah.
So what do you mean? The crowd was stingy all night, or just for her?
For her, for sure.
Yeah.
It was.
They didn't dig it. The crowd didn't dig her.
No, not
Yeah.
really. Some of them did,
Yeah.
but not nearly the whole crowd.
Yeah.
Or even close.
And what about John? How did he do there?
He did pretty good.
Oh, good.
Yeah, he did real
Yeah.
well. Yeah. I
Yeah.
think John Ford was on that as well. And Matt Keenan, I think.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how'd those boys do?
They did great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can be a stingy fucking room, man. I've seen people with good material go down in fucking flames because it's I don't know, it's weird. Like it almost seems sometimes when you go out there, you ask yourself, why did you come here? You obviously do not want to be here. You don't want to laugh. You're not laughing at anything, you know.
Yeah.
I've never bombed at Chuckles, thankfully. I better knock on wood because I'm going to be there at the end of the month, and I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do there.
Is that with or whatever show they're putting on
Couldn't tell
this
you.
month?
Yeah.
Okay.
Whatever is happening at the end of the month. I have no idea who the headliner is. All I do know is that Chanel Ferrer is hosting it.
Okay.
Yeah. Because when Julie reached out, she asked me if that was going to be a problem. I said, no, it's no problem for me.
Yeah.
I'm so sick of comedy beefs. I hold one grudge. It's against Mark Burnett because he's just a piece of human garbage. Did you ever work for him? Did you ever do any of the... Was Comedy with Balls up and running by the time you got in, or?
I think it was like kind of petering out.
Yeah.
I think there was
well,
only
oh,
one
that's
or
right, because we
two
talked about
shows.
High Tides Comedy Festival,
Yeah.
and you were on that show. So you must have been on Mark's radar at least a little bit, right?
I don't think I've ever actually had a conversation with him. He added me on Facebook.
Right.
But that's, I think, the most interaction I've had with the man.
I think you got booked there because your name was not Mark Splude, John Ford, or Arf Hussein. Which is, let's be honest, it's a good way to get booked around here, right?
I just sent Dee Dee a message. Shan got booked on it.
Right.
So I was like, well, how the fuck did you do that?
Yeah.
She was like, this person. Okay. So I sent
Right.
her a message.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
She was like, yeah, come out to the open mic.
Sweet. Dee Dee's fantastic.
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
super nice.
she is fantastic. It's too bad that's who she partnered up with, but you know, what do you do? But you know, as much as I dislike Burnett and whatever, he still put on great fucking shows. Maybe not at the festival, maybe not there, but in the early days when Comedy with Balls first started, it was out at KV Billiards here. Man, those were fucking deadly shows. They were the best shows around here at the time. But you know. Then you show your true colors and down you go.
Shit
Dan.
happens.
Down you fucking go, right? And then all your enemies fucking celebrate. But I don't hold a grudge against Darren. Certainly not against Chanel. Life's too fucking short to hold grudges. Who do you hope to beef with here in the next year?
Definitely not you.
Definitely not me.
No.
Nah. You don't want to
No
beef
one.
with the guy who like has the fucking podcast. You know what I mean? I'm not like that anymore, though, man. Listen, there are a couple people in this city right now that I'm fucking, man. You could give me this microphone, I could go on for 2 hours about these certain people. Not interested in anymore.
Yeah.
No, it gets fucking old. You know, my listeners love it, right? My listeners love fresh beef, but I'm no longer fucking interested in it, man. I don't care. I just want to go out and tell my jokes. You know,
Yeah.
it's got to be enough. What do you think the people would be surprised to learn about Dan? Give us a little, you know, maybe not dirt, but give us a little Give us a secret, Dan. Secret time.
I can't because of this roast battle, man.
Oh, right.
I'm not giving John
Oh,
anything.
shit. That's why you're fucking clamming up on me. God
yeah.
damn it. I got to have you back on after this roast. You're not giving me nothing over here. And now I get it. Now I fucking get it.
I can't say too much.
God damn it. You're right. Good for you for knowing that, man. I hadn't even fucking considered that. Well, Dan, I'm done fucking talking to you then. What we will do is after the roast, we'll bring you back on. What's going to happen if you have to face Travis? How's that going to go down?
I might just wet my pants.
Right.
Yeah. No, I'll roast him and I'll crush him.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'll crush him. Fuck, I love it. Jesus, he was impressive.
Well, if I'm not going to play to win.
That's right.
Why the fuck should I play?
Fucking play it all? Yes. So you're next. All you got coming up is this roast battle. No one's booking you. Your calendar's open.
Wide open.
For any promoters out there.
Absolutely.
You got to get back to Hell's Basement.
I would fucking love to.
I'm going there.
Shannon, if you're listening, I would love to be back in that room.
He's built such a fucking great room there, man.
Oh, absolutely.
going-
atmosphere is perfect.
Yeah.
Like,
The only thing it's missing is a green room. It's just missing a place for the comics. And it probably needs more seats because every time I've been there, it's fucking standing room only.
yeah.
I'm going there Saturday night.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
The St. John Invades or whatever.
Yeah, is that what it's called? I haven't seen a fucking poster for it. Is that how they're selling it? St. John Invades?
I think so, or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
It looks like a good show, though.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking for it. I love that fucking venue, man. I wasn't sure first time, fucking comedy basement. Listen, I've had bad experiences doing comedy in Moncton. Really fucking bad, man. It's a fucking wasteland for comedy up there. At least it was until the fucking Hell's Basement popped up,
I did a show up there at the pub. Sports Bar and Grill. Once.
Is that what it was called? The pub?
Yeah, pub, sports bar and grill.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a pretty unique name there.
Yeah. A lot of thought went into that.
I did a show. Marty D used to do a bi-weekly show at this place called the Igloo. And he asked if I'd come up and close out a show. It was just a few days, I think, before I headlined Chuckles in 2016. And it was the craziest fucking show I've ever been to. This is how people care, how much people care about comedy in Moncton. So this guy does a comedy show there bi-weekly, right? You'd think he takes over the fucking bar. So this night, not only was there a comedy show going on at the exact same time, in the exact same fucking venue, just a little bit off from the stage, they had a local NHL guy who had just won the Stanley Cup, was there with the Stanley Cup, signing autographs at the same fucking time that the goddamn show was going on, Dan. Like, people just do not respect comedy up there. They used to have a Yuks up there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it went under pretty quickly. I don't know, man. That place is a fucking vortex. But Shannon is bringing it around with that fucking Hell's Basement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's bringing in some good friggin' shows.
Yeah. Yeah, man. He's willing to pay the money to get any, headliner that's coming through town. Like, we had Danber up there.
Yeah.
Drake got to be a part of that show.
Yeah,
that was
I heard
fucking
about
great. The best part of that whole show was the drive home roasting fucking Drake. Just like Dan Theriault roasted Drake not long ago. And up next, John Scove Nielsen. Anything else you'd like to add, Dan? Anything else you want to talk about? We don't have to shut it down right now. Anything else you want to talk about? Get off your chest. Call somebody out. Start a beef.
This is a place to start a beef.
This is the fucking place.
I tried to watch Nanette today.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Now we got a subject. How far did you make it in?
I made it 20 minutes. 20 minutes.
There were that first 20 minutes was rife with a lot of comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah. What made you shut it off?
It started being just applause. She was just saying things that people agreed with, and that's not. I don't find that funny. I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't get why you want to make people agree with you.
Was she like deep into like her past?
She was starting. She was starting
into it.
into it.
Yeah.
So I had no interest.
Yeah.
It was getting boring.
Yeah. Yeah. There was a lot of boredom. Deeper into it, it was weird because she'd go, real deep into her, opinions and her past and stuff. But she was coming out of those with a strong joke, which kind of kept me roped. First time I went through, I was the same as you. I don't think I lasted 20 minutes. I shut it right off.
Well, that was my second attempt at it today.
That was your second attempt?
I started. I got 7 minutes in. I was like, fuck this.
Yeah.
And then I watched Live at the Time.
Nice. Good save. Good save. And you went back to it? Same
like,
day.
I was like, I might as well try again. I'm warmed up a little bit.
Sure.
Like, maybe it's funny.
Yeah.
I made it a little further.
Yeah.
And then I just gave up and watched the lineup, comedy lineup, or whatever they call it.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, the little 15-minute ones.
Yeah. It's interesting that they dropped those down from 30 to 15. Because
it's two different shows.
Yeah. I don't know. I didn't like a lot of the 30-minute ones. Dan Soder, of course, was a fucking killer on that one. I didn't like them all though. Yeah. Have you seen this whole program?
I finished season 1 today.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any of season 2.
Oh, okay. Well, there's 2 seasons.
Yeah, it just came out.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll have to fucking check that out. Yeah, and then so you're not obviously of the opinion that is the future of comedy. Then.
God, no. Like no.
Yeah.
I get why people want that because they see Carlin doing it at the end of his career, getting on these like preachy rants. And you know what? If you've done comedy for that long and have made that many people laugh, and you can still make that stuff funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the difference is he earned it, man.
Yes, exactly.
That's the fucking difference. He built that audience over decades, but he won their trust with his jokes. I don't think anybody had fucking heard of Hannah Gadsby before this Nanette special. I certainly hadn't.
Yeah.
And, I like to think I have my fucking, ear to the ground when it comes to comedy. She was never on my radar at all.
Yeah.
So she never experienced any North American success, which, if we're being honest, that's really the only kind of success, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess there's European success, but mostly if you're not being seen on North American television, no one knows who the fuck you are.
Well, no one in North America.
No. Well,
that's where we are.
Isn't that the world, right? For the most part.
Yeah.
Really. I don't know. I would tend to agree with you. She should probably earn that fucking audience before she comes out and does a set like that. But listen, man, everyone's free to do whatever the fuck she wants. She made money. Netflix wanted it. I hope not to see it again. I mean, if they pay her fucking money and they want to air another one, fucking hats off to her, man. Go make money off of doing something you love doing. I think that's great. I don't begrudge her for it. But I sure as fuck will not suffer through another one.
Yeah.
Not a chance.
No, I hear you. I mean, it turned into not really comedy. Like, comedy's jokes.
Yeah. People miss that, man. I talked to John Ford after watching that. And he was talking to somebody about it. And he was saying this is the future of comedy and how he agrees with her that he shouldn't have to change the ending of a story just to make it funny. And I said to him at the time, I said, well, you were there, actually.
Yeah.
The day we were filming Hard Times.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I said to him, well, then you're not doing comedy then. You're doing something fucking different. If you have to change the ending of a story to make it funny, then you're not doing fucking comedy to begin with. Tell a funny story. It doesn't have to be this is not serious stories and some jokes sometimes, guys. Yeah. Thanks for coming out. It's fucking comedy. Gee, I just soaked my... I'm getting pretty hot if I'm spitting on my fucking mic. Yeah, that pissed me off when John said that. You should change all of your entire story then. If it's not funny, if you have to make it not funny to make the story serious, then you're not doing fucking comedy.
Yeah.
Right?
More one-man show.
Yeah, and call it that, right?
Yeah.
Call it that.
There's nothing wrong with calling it that because
there's not a goddamn thing wrong with it.
It can be funny.
Absolutely. Man, I've seen a lot of one-man shows in person that were extremely funny, but weren't sold to me as comedy.
Yeah.
It was sold to me as a one-man stand-up storyteller show.
Yeah.
I can dig it, but don't lie to me and say this is a comedy special and then start screaming poor me and my childhood, and then I don't want to hear your fucking story because you've lied to me. You tricked me into watching this fucking Nanette business. I don't know. What do you think of this Louis business? We'll make this our last topic.
All right. I think it. I mean, far as I'm
Are you a
concerned-
fan of Louis?
Absolutely.
Obviously a fan of Louis.
Big
right?
fan of Louis.
Right.
He
That's your beer, by the way, if you want it.
sure.
It's only been sitting there for 25 minutes.
Didn't even realize that. But yeah, no, I love Louis. I think, unpopular opinion amongst some people, but he asked them. They said yes. They regretted it later.
Right.
I mean, I've made bad decisions that I regret later, but I
Sure.
didn't go and accuse, somebody of raping me or like forcing me to. And
Yeah.
then there's stories that, are getting pulled off of, like, added to it. Like, I heard someone say something about him being, like, he locked the door and locked them in the room with
Yeah.
him, which was what somebody had said, like, he could have done that.
Could have done. Yeah. And now it becomes part of the narrative. He did that, right?
Yeah.
And now in public opinion, that's part of the fucking story.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And about him going back to the stage, I think that was a great thing. I think absolutely. If that's what he wants to do, make people laugh,
Yeah.
go for it.
Right.
Like, try it. And if people
Try not doing it, right? Try being a comic, a lifelong comic like Louis.
Yeah.
Try not fucking doing it.
Yeah.
Good luck, man. You know what it's like. It's highly fucking addictive, right?
Yeah.
Now imagine being the best in the world and doing it for decades, and then all of a sudden having it ripped out of you. It's the most important thing in your fucking life. Try not fucking doing it, right?
Yeah. And I read something either yesterday or today, shared by someone who is very social. I don't want to say social justice warrior, but social justice warrior. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
feminism.
Left-leaning.
Hoorah!
Sure, yeah.
I mean, I'm left leaning as the next guy, but
Sure.
some of this shit, man. Oh my god.
Yeah.
But it was just ridiculous. It was the club owner wanted. Where is it here? So I sent the quote to John.
Okay, you look it up. All right, what do you got?
So it was the first line in the article. It's Dorman said that he's most upset about is that CK didn't use his set to acknowledge or deal with his allegations in any way.
Yeah, I read
Something
this
he
too.
called a missed opportunity.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I
He's
read
there
this
to tell
too.
jokes, not to, apologize and say, "Oh, I did a bad thing. I'm sorry."
Yeah, they want him to come out and do like a reverse Nanette, right? That's what they want.
Yeah.
You know what? One of the things that really bothers me. First of all, I'm fucking thrilled that he's back, and there's no way to fucking stop him. I mean, he's the guy that created this this whole marketplace of producing your own shit and selling it on your own fucking platform. Before he was ever on Netflix, he did it. He sold all his own shit for $5 a special on his own website. Did it all himself. Can't stop Louis. Louis knows how to make Louis fucking successful. You can't stop him. What I don't like is the narrative that, okay, he masturbated in front of these, specifically these two girls back in 2001. Can't remember their names. He masturbated in front of both of them. Now, the first problem I have with this deal is that they said they didn't leave because they were too frozen. They didn't know what to do. They were frozen. They're in his hotel room, right? First of all, you're in Louis' hotel room. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Right? Anyway, they stayed until he finished and blew cum all over his stomach. And then they left, horrified. Come on, man. You can't be frozen for a full fucking J.O. sesh.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's got to be some point of that where you go, I don't like this and I'm going to leave. I don't know. I'm not a broad, right? And maybe I'll get fucking killed for this. Who knows? But in my mind, if you're freaked out by his dick being out and him masturbating, you should have left immediately.
Oh, absolutely.
And then when you left, you should have went right to the fucking press and told them, because if he is this kind of fucking predator, you could have saved the next fucking girl from this, suffering this same, experience. Right? But what I really fucking hate about it is that the narrative now is that Louis ruined their careers.
Yeah. Like, how
is that on him? I don't get it. You guys were unsuccessful, right?
Yeah.
And it's Louis' fault because he beat off in front of you? I'm not making the fucking connection. Like, here's the thing, man. If you're not funny, you're not fucking funny, right?
No.
I mean, if you don't make it in your career, Dan, as a comic, are you going to blame Louis?
Yes. Apparently it'll get me some TV time.
Yeah, only for a second, though. You know why? Because no one gives a fuck about either one of those broads, no matter what they fucking say,
Yeah.
It's I hate it. I hate those things, and I hate it that Louis is lumped in with Cosby and Weinstein and those kind of monsters. And those guys are fucking monsters. And make no mistake, what Louis did is fucking creepy. But it's probably more sad than anything. I mean, that's the saddest kind of predator you can find. You know, do you mind if I take my dick out and just beat off to the just looking at you? What do you?
Yeah.
I mean, it's so fucking sad, you know. And you know what else, Dan? I've seen Louis do comedy a lot. I don't think he's a very good person. You know what I mean? I don't think he's a wholesome, normal fucking person. I think he's pretty fucking disturbed. I think he's been telling us that for decades. There's something wrong with me.
Yeah.
Right? And we all love it when he says it on stage. We all love it. And then we're all surprised when he does something fucking weird off stage. He's been telling you these kind of things for years. You're just not paying attention. I don't know. It drives me fucking crazy. I'll tell you this much. If he comes anywhere close to this city to do comedy in the future, I will fucking be there in the front row cheering him on.
I'll be fucking right there too.
Right?
Like, and then there's the one that he asked. She said no.
Yeah.
He said, okay, sorry.
Yeah.
And she's like saying that how does that make him a predator?
Yeah.
If she said no, he said, oh, okay.
Yeah. You know what this world is going to come to if the social justice warriors get their way? It's not even only going to be enthusiastic consent. It's going to be like you can't even ask.
Yeah.
You're not even allowed to ask. You're not allowed to have sex with a woman unless they ask you first. I mean, dudes are going to have to start getting shit in writing, Dan. Like, where does it end? Like, how sexy is a fucking contract right before you consummate the relationship? You know what I mean? All right, sit down here. Just sign here, press hard. Right here. Initial this one. Yeah. Like, it's fucking insanity, man. At this point, I no longer know what the social justice warriors want. And I think all that they want is destruction. Right? Because they're not really making it clear what they want from Louis.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, so many people said it's too soon. How long's enough? Right? What does he have to do? They're not giving him any way to redeem himself.
He can't. To them.
To them, yeah.
He can't. Absolutely. They want destruction. They want punishment. They want him to just never be able to do anything again, I think. And that probably wouldn't even be enough.
It wouldn't be enough. They'd still be talking about if he did anything. If he went out and got groceries, how dare he show his face in public?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's crazy. Like, what Louis has lost, like he lost that fucking movie, he lost his show, he lost every future movie or TV deal. Like, when is it enough? When have you taken enough from him for this? Man, I gotta call it a minor transgression, right? Yeah. He wasn't forcing himself on anybody. No. He was just saying, hey, I'd love to beat off in front of you.
Yeah. And even if like he's got that, that little bit of power over them.
Sure.
Yeah, that's a shady thing to do.
Yeah.
But you can say no.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it is.
And you know why they don't? You know why they don't? Because they wanted something from him.
Absolutely.
Right? And no one talks about that. Doesn't matter. He shouldn't have abused it.
Well, had it benefited
two sides.
Them,
exactly.
We wouldn't have fucking heard a thing. Exactly. Had they been successful.
That's right. If they were both on Netflix right now, with this story never breaks. It never fucking breaks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We'd never fucking hear about it. Ever.
Yeah.
Like Tig Notaro came out and said it, and fucking shamed him and shot him down and everything. And short fucking memory on Tig Notaro. You know what I mean? No one would even know her fucking name if it wasn't for Louis. I don't know. I think it's all such horseshit, man. But it's the internet, Dan. The internet is trying to drag us all fucking down. It's such a gotcha society, Do you worry about it? Do you worry about getting like a little bit of local fame and then people going, back 10 years in your fucking Twitter feed and look at this guy, he's a piece of shit.
I am a piece of shit.
Yeah, well, exactly.
So I fucking know it.
Exactly. Here's the fucking big point too, right? Comics are pieces of fucking shit. And everyone's like looking to us to be the fucking pillars of society now. You know? Oh, Louis should have got up and he should have done a fucking speech about this. What are you talking about, man? He's a fucking broken person who tells jokes, right? Yeah. I don't know, man. The whole thing is I don't know. Where do you see the world? Where do you see the world in 5 years? Just like, are they going to win? Are they going to win?
No, it's still going to be a fight.
Yeah.
They'll get concessions. We'll give them something else.
Yeah.
They'll want more.
They'll always want more.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Like,
the
it's
end game
never-
isn't defined,
And yeah, the worst part is we're always going to be paying for it.
Have you lost like friends in the last few? Because it's really just been the last few years, that have been real tense online with the social justice and shit like that. Have you lost friends over shit you've put out there?
Luckily, no.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm probably part of the problem by only, seeing and interacting with shit that I agree with,
Sure.
which is
Confirmation bias, right?
absolutely.
Yeah.
All I see in my Facebook feed is like, anti-Donald Trump stuff,
Yeah.
like pro, whatever, like the left-wing issue of the day is.
Right.
Whatever I agree with.
Sure.
Or moderately agree with.
So you're against the Donald? Is that what you're telling me here on this program?
Absolutely.
I'm a big fucking proponent for Donald Trump, don't you?
I did not know this.
Oh, I am a big proponent of Donald Trump. You know what I love about Donald Trump? First of all, I love that he was elected because the United States deserves exactly that. Exactly that. I'm sorry. They fucking deserve it. And they wanted him in there, right? They wanted a change because they saw Obama come in with the hope and change and hope and change. And all he did was double down on fucking everything that was going on in the beginning. I mean, anybody that thinks that any politician that gets in and they're going to make these big fucking changes, they're out of their minds anyway. Right? You're not going in there making giant changes because the banks and the pharmaceutical companies and all those corporations are going to go, oh, no.
Yeah.
We're not changing that, bud. We love money. Don't you like money? Oh, you weren't crooked before you get in here? Well, you're crooked now, motherfucker. Anybody that's expecting a politician who wants that job to do a good job at it, that's not who you want in there. You want the guy who doesn't want the fucking job to be leading. But what I do like about Donald Trump is he got elected on some pretty crazy fucking platforms, right? He had some pretty wacky ideas.
Yeah.
But he is following through on a lot of those ideas, Danny. You have to at least give him credit for that. When Obama ran, he said, I'm going to stop the war. I'm shutting down Guantanamo Bay. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. He did the exact opposite, literally the exact opposite of everything he said he was going to do. At least Donald is being true to his word somewhat.
Yeah. I mean, I guess you make a good case for him. I'm not gonna say he's not following through on what he's saying.
I wouldn't have voted for him.
Yeah.
Certainly not. He's a fucking lunatic. I mean, to me, it makes that whole political process such a joke if you're allowing somebody. Like, in my mind, if you have a reality show, you can't run for office.
No.
You know what I mean? There's got to be something in there. Because now, and I've talked about this on my podcast a couple times, how are they going to defeat him? How do you defeat a celebrity? There's only one way. It's got to be another celebrity, right? What are they going to fucking run? Who's the best fucking candidate? Obviously, Hillary couldn't do it. She's a fucking monster anyway. But, who's the best person on the left now to defeat him? Who's the number one choice?
I have absolutely no idea.
Right? You have no idea.
No idea.
And whoever they choose is not going to be a celebrity.
Yeah.
Donald's going to win the popular vote again. Unless they run out Oprah. It's the only way they can fucking beat him.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he's doing 8 years. Why don't you like him? What do you hate about him?
I don't like his policies.
Right.
I don't like the wall. I don't like the whole misogyny thing. I mean, sure to an extent. I'm a white guy and I get it. It's right now, but
Yeah,
tough-ish time to be.
He's a bit over the top. He's an old school guy, right? I mean, he grew up with those ideals.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Which I think are outdated and wrong.
Certainly.
But, yeah,
Yeah.
that's basically
He's
it.
an idiot and should never be in charge.
He flip-flops,
Yeah.
like, constantly.
He
Makes shit up.
He couldn't organize a one-man rush to the shithouse. Certainly shouldn't be leading the superpower of the fucking world. I mean, it's just really, to me, it's more evidence that we're living in a simulation. I mean, if Donald Trump as president is not proof of a simulation, I don't know what the fuck would be. Do you believe in that kind of stuff? Do you?
I
are
buy
you into
into
any
it.
conspiracy theories?
I can buy into them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, what's one that you could be talked into? What's one conspiracy you're kind of on the fence with that you could? Maybe I buy that shit.
Off the top of my head, I can't.
Flat Earth, chemtrails, 9/11. 9/11's tomorrow, by the way.
Shit, yeah, it is.
What do you think
Not
happened?
9/11, yeah.
Yeah. What do you think happened on that fucking day?
Probably a combo of both of the, like, what the actual story, like, sure, plane got hijacked,
Right.
but there had to be something more.
Yeah.
There is no way in fuck that nobody knew about this.
Right.
Nobody willingly ignored and was like, okay, this is gonna happen, so we can do this.
Right.
There's something in there.
There's something in there. Yeah. I feel the same way, man. I don't know the answers, and I've watched, literally, I've watched every conspiracy theory video on YouTube for 9/11. Like, all the main ones.
Yeah.
And I don't know, man. I have questions. I have a lot of questions about it. I do not buy the official story.
No.
I think the official story is horseshit. There's a lot more that goes. You got to follow money, right? I mean, most things are done. Most things on this planet are done for money.
No.
Right?
Absolutely.
And you got to look at the money there. And the money points at a lot of bad deeds being done by a lot of bad people, For me, the buildings coming down were that's the smoking gun for me. I don't think those buildings could have come down just from planes.
And when you watch the videos of it too, the way they come down, they come down lower than they do up top.
Yeah.
The top should.
If they
come in.
pancaked, it would have began at the top.
Yeah.
Not began at the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have questions with the way the buildings came down. I have a lot of questions about it,
And the fucking the Pentagon, the hole in the side, the fuck are the wings?
Not only where are the wings, Dan? I mean, let's face it, okay? This is the Pentagon. If you're telling me that there are not multiple angles that we could watch on video of this plane's descent, approach, crash, I mean,
absolutely. That one camera.
and come on, we get, 3 fucking frames from one camera that show nothing?
Yeah.
That show nothing. It's them hiding that stuff that bothers me. It's what makes everybody question it. Just come out. If that's what happened, show us the fucking video. There's video. Show us the goddamn video. Where were you when 9/11 happened?
I was in middle school. I was at school and I heard people talking about it. It was like, nah, that's just some bullshit.
You would have just got to school, right? Pretty
Yeah,
much.
I heard
hour or
about
so.
it like 2 hours into school or something like that. Then, people that didn't believe it. Went home, mom, dad, my brother and sister.
What do you mean? So the whole school day went normally?
Yeah.
They didn't roll TVs in and go this is what's happening in the United States right now? Really? They just kayfabe the whole fucking thing?
Yeah, I had no
Did your teachers talk about it at all?
No.
The teachers
think
didn't
so.
mention it. So just on the schoolyard, you guys were just, hey, did you hear about this or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah. And the teachers didn't sell it.
No. And I got home and it was on the TV.
Of course, every channel.
Yeah.
Yeah. What'd you think about it? How old were you at the time in 2001?
2001. I would have been grade 8.
Yeah.
So, what year is it now? 2018? I'm not good at math.
I love you just doing math at
Fuck
your
it.
own age. You're looking up at my ceiling going,
14?
18,
No.
yeah.
12?
Somewhere around there. All right. So somewhere around there. Puberty.
Yeah.
You were in puberty. So what did you think when you got home and started watching it on TV and stuff?
They're shocked.
Were you
man.
scared? Were you scared? Like, hey, maybe
Yeah.
this is the start of the end?
I was scared. Especially living here, with the refinery. I was like, what the fuck's going to happen up here? What the shit's going on?
Yeah. And Point La Pro right there. There's a lot of fucking high targets right here, right where we live.
I got to use your washroom.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Out that door right to the left, Dan.
Cool.
It is a sweet spot. Before I moved, I was doing these podcasts at my dining room table with a couple of shitty mics and the fucking Zoom machine. And when I moved here, I said, "Fuck this, man! I gotta make myself a spot." You know what I mean? Yeah. Are you gonna bring the podcast back? Did you enjoy doing it?
I did. I had a lot of fun doing it. It was. It's funny you bring up the Zoom. We were using an H2.
Yes.
This tiny little fucking thing in the middle of a table.
Yeah.
So it heard every bump, every clunk.
Yeah. And when there's 3 guys in a fucking
Yeah.
room, you're probably drinking beer and whatever else, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I think the worst one for me editing was friggin' Drake Tobias because he wouldn't stop moving, jangling his keys.
Oh no, jangling his keys.
Yeah.
Oh, he's definitely not coming back on this show. Can people check those podcasts out? Where can I find it?
They
to listen
are.
to?
There's some on SoundCloud.
Right. What's it called? What'd you guys call it?
Cellar Dwellers.
Cellar Dwellers. That's
the
right.
Cellar
Yeah.
Dwellers, yeah.
You think you guys will revisit it or what?
I'd like to. I'd like to do another podcast.
Yeah.
Another one. Bring back Cellar Dwellers. Maybe great to.
Yeah.
Kind of get back to actually what we wanted it to be, you know?
Yeah.
Talking about comedy and different, like, I guess kind of like that, let's talk about sets.
Let's talk about sets, baby. Yeah, I'm going to check that one out. I hope you guys do, man. I hope you guys do. I'm going to go back and check that out on SoundCloud. I'm always interested, man. I wish more people in this area did, localized fucking podcasts, right?
John Nesbitt and Austin have one now.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Now, where's that available at?
Podbean.
It's on Podbean. What's that one called?
Plastic Frog, I think. Plastic Frog.
The Plastic Frog. Yes, he sent me. Yes, he sent me the first one the other day. That's exactly what it's called. The Plastic Frog. Yes, fucking right. Well, Dan, I'm glad to finally have you on here. You know, I've been obviously seeing you around the scene for quite a while, and we never really had a chance to talk very much. Now I feel like I know you a little bit more, but I'm pretty sure we're just scratching the surface here, bud. When this roast battle's over, we'll have you back on, see what's going on then.
Yeah,
right?
maybe you're more willing to give.
Yeah,
up
you can open up a
information
little
here.
bit more. Let's talk about your childhood, all that bullshit. Hey, man, thanks for doing it, brother.
Thanks for having me on, man.
You betcha.